Hello, everybody, and welcome to another exciting Overwatch match of Siege³. Unfortunately, sorry for the little bit of a delay. That was all my fault. You can totally blame me. Don't blame it on Siege³. That is full responsibility I take, but we still love you either way. We are here today with the Flex Tapes and Honey Badgers, and this time I am not alone. I do have my cold, hard calculating commentator and caster with me, Mr. Spark of the Siege³ Overwatch
That is
area.
correct.
How you
I
doing,
am
buddy?
here. It's been a long time since we've been waiting for Bemmy.
That's right.
Sorry. Mean-spirited joke. Well, you're here now, and despite the slightly late start, we are ready to get going here. So let me just tell the ref we're ready.
All
There we
right,
go.
so yeah, our ref is ready, and also our broadcaster as well. Good old Ben from my fellow crew at the broadcast GG area. So we love you guys as always. But either way, we're about to love these guys. We got the Flex Tapes versus Honey Badgers, and you know, all I can say is that I have not seen the Honey. Actually, I've seen the Honey Badgers at the first match. They did pretty well. I think they won that one. I don't remember. And then Flex Tapes I saw before.
Both the Flex Tapes and the Honey Badgers have been fairly on top of their games. The Flex Tapes were super on top of all of their games really early on in the tournament. They've been having a bit of a harder time with their recent matches, but I have a feeling we're about to see a bit of a resurgence. I've been talking to some of the players, and I think they're really ready to get their butts in gear.
I hope so. I think we're gonna see a lot of good stuff. Flex Tapes, they like to run a lot of like flanking compositions. So obviously, I think starting off on Lijiang Tower is going to be a great way for them to kick off and show that they haven't lost any momentum whatsoever.
Exactly, and Lijiang Tower is exactly where we are headed for this first game here. So it looks like we're going to be on Night Market for the first point. We are probably going to see some Pharah and some hit scam play. I'm not sure if we'll see Hanzo's, but the Widowmakers really tend to rule the courtyards, and the Pharahs really tend to have a good time pounding shots in through those windows. So I don't know. We'll have to see what the teams are pulling out here. If they do that, though, the Pharah is definitely the one to keep an eye on, because their job finding those spots to pelt damage onto the point, that's gonna be the really important part.
Yeah, that's going to be very crucial as well. And I think also on top of that, if we want to dive a little more into no pun intended, because we might be expecting to dive from the Flex Tapes at the very most, this is sort of the best map to get it out of the way, because this is not really the most ideal map for the Flex Tapes. Is definitely going to give a leg up to the Honey Badgers, because the Honey Badgers usually tend to run the 2-2-2 composition, and it's not going to be a foreign like Widow is definitely what we're going to see most likely, but Widow's not a foreign concept. I'm sorry, Hanzo's not a foreign concept either, because when you want to go mid, you like that, you know, the Dragon Strike can have, but we're going to see double sniper running in from the C, but not too out of the ordinary. They do have the tracers to protect that, so this 2-2, this sort of 3-2-1 composition that's a little bit different. It's going to work out pretty much in their favor if they have that firepower and can overwhelm the Reinhardt, which they're trying to do right now. They're going to be able to push in a little bit more, and they're going mid, which is also helping out as well. So it's pretty much straightforward fight. But Hollow acting as the tank buster, that is a huge factor I totally forgot about. Will be a very deciding factor at that. They may even bother to fall back. The point is going to go to them. Marble's going to be the only one to find a kill, and the rest of the team falls back to spawn. Hopefully they won't get overwhelmed there.
That was a really interesting strategy just there. They actually rushed a point really fast because they knew the death ball that the Honey Badgers were bringing in was going to want to go in through the courtyard. So they had Reaper there play gatekeeper to Black Warrior's Reinhardt. But looks like it could still go either way as frags are coming through for both sides.
Fraggers are coming in through both sides, but it's still coming on top of the Flex Tapes, unfortunately, due to the fact that Hollow really isn't being bothered too much, able to get around when they need to, and able to take out a lot of people along with the help of Havoc. Havoc is able to show up on that kill feed because of that great shotgun damage coming in from Hollow. Pierce needs to find a environmental kill or a kill from the back and fast.
Right, he definitely does. Now it looks like we've got Hollow setting up top. He's probably going to drop down onto either Marble or Black Warrior if he can get him. Hippo Mage is also a really juicy target. He's going to go for Hippo Mage. He's going to have to back out. The Death Blossom through, but so is the Anti.
Absolutely. That was an unfortunate call. That was a little bit too early on the part and actually a little bit awkward. I understand that you don't want to play the waiting game too long, but it was still not ready for the all. That was a great Earth Shower, though, coming in from Dark, and that's going to be able to take out a triple by themselves. Who needs to follow up with the team when you got a Reinhardt that's able to do the job for themselves?
absolutely hard carried the fight for his team just then. His Earth Shatter shut down the dragon that was going to come through from Marvel to follow up with Wesley's Graviton Surge. Completely ended the fight with a single ultimate. Really, really efficient from the side of the Flex Tapes.
Yeah, very good ult reservation as well. Look at the Flex Tapes. They have 3 ults already, and also there's a quarter of the way for the Reinhardt Earthshatter to come by, and Dark has been able to charge up those Earthshatters crazy. What is the comeback that you need to see in this last team fight for the side of Honey Badgers? Oh my god!
Well, the first thing they need to do is not
They
get
need
grabbed,
to
and
get-
unfortunately that Transcendence is blocked off half his team.
Oh no! That's going to be a triple kill as well. Dark's able to follow up, and the Wick is about to go down. Pierce is about to go in, drop a barrage, maybe try to find something. Does find Hollow, but the Wick is going to go down. You're not going to be able to touch it. It's pretty much game, set, and match. Flex Tapes winning probably what I thought might have been Honey Badger's most favorable map of the 3, and now this could be an easy 2-0 for the side of Flex Tapes.
Now, it can be a little bit hard to tell sometimes. Right there, it's a little hard to tell whether that use of the map geometry was intentional or whether Wesley just got really, really lucky. That map geometry completely prevented the Transcendence from getting to the rest of the Flex Tapes, which meant the kill was super easy to go through. And because there was no follow-up from Black Warrior on the side, or from Dark on the side of the Flex Tapes, if the Transcendence had gone to the rest of the team, they would have made it out alive. So here on Control Center, we're probably going to see some more brawly team compositions, probably maybe some Lucios, although then again, maybe not. Looking at the team comps now, the Junkrat's definitely going to be something to watch here. If he can get a fast Riptire, that'll end a fight really, really quickly.
Junkrats are sort of a major deciding factors nowadays because they really counteract that Reinhardt in the close quarter space when you go into the team fight towards mid. It really also nullifies the Lucio's purpose because you can just lob those grenades over and just takes it out. So then you're really not getting too much healing and it's going to be so overwhelming. We're about to go back and forth. Black Warrior already losing a lot of their shield charge as well, and now they're just getting bubbled, and hopefully they'll be able to find a kill. But Havoc able to find Senpai, or I'm sorry, Havoc able to find Pierce is going to be great for them. They do get the res off, but that I would have liked to see maybe save for somebody. And Black Warrior also going to get bear trapped as well. That is the Junkrat coming into play right there. Hollow going to be able to charge right in there with the rest of the group, and also Cool Pup 69 going to be able to follow up, and this is going to be a deciding factor once again for the side of Flex Tape, taking out everybody and their mother.
It was very, very unfortunate. Black Warrior moved to rotate around the pillar and he got stuck in the trap. There was nothing his team could do to bail him out. Now the Riptire's out. Let's see if it gets anybody. It's going to wait the bubbles out. It's going to take Marble down.
That is a kick in the teeth right there. I would have liked to see that Riptire held, but I guess this is sort of a very confident way of saying, like, hey, I'm back off. Junkrat's my main.
They're asserting that dominance. Every second the other team's not fighting is seconds they're not gaining ult charge.
You absolutely are correct. Good observation, but there is that Dragon Strike coming in. They're kind of cornered back. If Marble's able to find a good kill, they might be able to do something. They do find Cool Pup 69, so that's going to be the grab out of the way. There's no ult charge, and actually they win this team fight because of that, losing your off tank.
Now the Transcendence from Hippo Mage on the red team, it actually managed to allow him to pass through the dragons and undo the separation that the dragons had caused from Havoc. It had split them down the center, and Hippo Mage's Transcendence completely prevented any follow-up to that.
Hippo Mage also with the Discord orbs has been very, very effective. Good prioritization and shot calling there. Way to prioritize from the tanks to the support to the DPSs is really good. Pierce trapping also that Deadeye. There's going to be a grab. That's a good grab. They don't follow up anything with the Deadeye, and they actually lose Black Warrior in the process. The Transcendence is dropped a little early, so unfortunately they don't have that going into the fight. But that's a good Earth Shatter. They could take out quite a few. And Dark didn't go down, but Hollow's able to follow up, and that's going to be a double landmine kill. Oh my god, Naisu is able to nicely take it, bring back Dark from the death. And actually, they're still going to be able to push this over. Flex Tapes with sheer force, will, and power with that double landmine coming for Hollow is able to flip this point back around with little
That was
to no time.
That was very, very unfortunate for the Honey Badgers. A misplaced pin by Black Warrior meant they had to put more ultimates into than they wanted to win the fight, and then they still lost because of a single well-placed Transcendence from Bailey B. Here we have Hollow with another Riptire. Let's see if it's going to get anybody. Again, it's not. Wesley's going to zap it right out of the air.
That is going to be at least a good sign for the side of Wesley to be able to show a little more life. But that's a great grab right there, and there's going to be the Earth Shatter coming in. But no, the Dragon Strike is going to stop everything. Is the Riptire going to at least find something? Yeah, we'll find Cool Pup, and they almost are able to push this on over. That was a great distraction call, actually. I'm just realizing they bought this a little bit as a distraction for Pierce to be able to flank around, but not going to be quite the case. The team kill will also come in.
Now, as unfortunate as it is for the Honey Badgers that the Flex Tapes won that fight, they do have an advantage here. They now have no reason to hold this Transcendence because they know Hippo Mage can get it fast. And because the respawns are just now coming in from Flex Tapes, the Honey Badgers have been able to move up and take really aggressive space and onto the point.
You gotta be careful though. Those Discord orbs coming in from Bailey B has been putting that Junkrat in danger, and they need that. But the Deadeye coming in from Naisu, taking out Naisu, excuse me, it's gonna be a very great opening for the rest of the team to basically assert their dominance and buy this a little more time. If they want to take this fight, this spawn, they could, but they are running a little bit of a risk. It's a high risk, high reward situation because it's 94%.
They won that fight very, very easily. It only took them one ultimate, and that means they still have Transcendence coming into this next fight to match Bailey B's, or at this point, they could save it for Wesley. That's a really unlucky pick for the Flex Tapes onto Naisu. This could end up going to the Honey Badgers just because of that, because now the Honey Badgers need to make an aggressive push. They have to take this to the point, or they're going to lose before they win the fight.
Well, they do have that opening with the Transcendence into Earthshatter if they so desire, and maybe potentially Hollow's Riptire can find an opening as well. It's still not out for the Flex Tapes, but, you know, you're right. The Honey Badgers are doing a great job asserting their dominance, and holding on to those ults have been super valuable. Look at that. 5 out of the 6 ults are ready to go. There's the Earthshatter, though. That's a great opening, but the grab is going to cancel out.
What a
and they can't touch it in time because of that.
That is a fantastic Graviton Surge. The Shatter was huge. It was the perfect initiation, completely shut down by a single ability. That is fantastic.
Talk about your alt usage. Oh my god, let's go. I am awake now.
All right, now we're moving on to Gardens, the third point of the map. We are playing to 3, so there will still be at least one more point after this, as both teams have 1 point on the scoreboard. Now, I really expect we will actually see Pharah and Widowmaker played on this point. You can see Pierce is already locked in the Widowmaker up on the side of the Honey Badgers. I'm really surprised. Oh, nope, yep, there are the Pharahs right there. And we're also going to be seeing some dive coming in.
Not surprised by the dive at all. This is probably the best map to run dive, and I would say, honestly, I do like Flex Tapes dive a lot. Honey Badger is nothing to laugh at, though, especially with their alt usage like that. I'm a little bit worried for the Flex Tapes, but we'll see how this goes as both the back and forth is going down. You want to see how it can find Pierce getting Bailey B right off the bat. That is such a crucial call because now Havoc has no way of becoming a pharmacy, and that pharmacy is just going to add so much more pressure, and Fair has to stay low to the ground just to see if they can stay alive with Naisu, and Hollow's going to go down as well, and actually, Honey Badgers just that pick from Pierce right away just gave them the team fight.
It's also really unfortunate that Hollow wasn't able to take down Hippo Mage because that's time that he's going to get to spend building up his Transcendence.
Oh my god.
That's an unfortunate pick onto Havoc by Pierce. This is why the Widowmaker is so powerful on this point. The res is there, so it's not the end of the world. It's also really...
I mean...
That's another really great shot from Pierce. It's a really interesting choice from the Flex Tapes to push to the left side with so many dive heroes. Usually want to make use of the open space out on the right side, or out in the courtyard side, but without their own Widowmaker to contest Pierce, it's kind of a necessity to stay out of his sightlines.
I 100% agree, and Hollow needs to find this opening where they can overwhelm the Widowmaker. That's kind of one of the reasons why you have that Tracer, or at the very least, they need to Widow v Widow, because Pierce is uncontested, and the only thing that was contesting it right now was going to be Hollow, and Hollow's down already. They're about to overwhelm. Hippo Mage is actually able to take out Havoc. Pierce once again coming in. Look at that, the Diva Bomb. The Barrage is going to unfortunately SD from Marbles just because the Diva was able to just sort of get up there, coop up, nicely done, but not going to be much. Hollow switching on over to the Widow does finally find Pierce, but already the team fight has been won for the side of Honey Badgers.
I do think Hollow going on the Widow will make a difference here. His Tracer has not been finding value, and I think it has to do with the timing of his initiations. The targets seem fine, but I think he just needs to wait for the tanks to give him the go. He seems to be going in just a little bit too impatiently, so I think the Widow playstyle will much more benefit what he's trying to do.
Hopefully so, but Marble able to take out Havoc, Hollow able to take out Sal now. Hollow's showing some life, and especially with that Primal Rage coming in right now from Dark, is going to be great. The Sound Barrier comes in as well, the Diva Bomb. They're dropping, they're playing all their cards. It's a full hand that they're dealing with, and that's an interesting call to drop all the ults at once, because the team fight looked like it was pretty much in favor once you took out the Mercy, but I understand you want to turn around because it's at 97% for the side of Honey Badgers. Flex Tape finally showing some percentage.
The Flex Tapes did use a lot of ultimates. However, it was really a make or break moment. They really wanted to secure it, and I think that's completely fair. They have to be really careful coming into this next push because both support ults are available to the Honey Badgers. And if they don't manage to shut down one or both of the supports very early on, they could easily get very caught out as the support ults give them the necessary resources to hard dive Hollow.
Hard diving, indeed. Honey Badger's doing a really good job. The Diva Mom is able to find Dark and Hippo Mage dropping the Transcendence right after taking out Havoc. It's going to be great. And there it is. Both supports are gone, and we are just going to see this point being flipped around right now. This is amazing. No ults needed, apparently, and now they got both the Valkyrie and the Barrage on their side.
And just as I said, so too has it come to pass. The hard dive with Transcendence really shut down Hollow. Nothing was available for the Flex Tapes to kill anybody on the Honey Badgers.
And that is going to be the Wick going down. No time to contest unless they just so desire to try to do so with CoolPub69 trying to fight, but that's going to be a team mech right there. And we'll see the team fight being trickled in maybe a little bit more, but that is not to be the case.
That's very unlucky for the Flex Tapes. They spent so many fights just getting picked very early on, not giving nearly enough respect to Pierce09's Widowmaker. And that really, really was the nail in the coffin for more than half of those team fights.
I absolutely agree. I will say this, though, just as food for thought. It doesn't, I agree with you when there was that situation when, you know, Honey Badgers got to 97%, they had to, They had to be careful because they were going to either lose this or they were going to make it with all the ults that they had. But the thing is that Hollow switching on over to the Widowmaker and then getting that first pick on Sal was such a huge pick that they didn't have to drop all the ults, because one of the main things is you're worrying about the supports because the supports were going to make them live through that. But overall, we'll see how this goes. Definitely, this was once again, this was Honey Badger's win, but that was just because of a great shot and grab, so maybe different. But Pierce is going to say otherwise. Hollow going down immediately, and Dark as well. That's the team fight right there, pretty much. You can have all the supports all you want, but if your main tank is gone along with its firepower, it's pretty much game over.
That was incredibly unlucky. Unfortunately, Hollow went a little bit too far off to the right, got caught out of position trying to place the cheeky traps onto those stairs, just like he did last time. You can see Marble has just now destroyed it. And unfortunately, with that pick, that's a huge amount of the firepower from the Flex Tapes gone. They have nothing to stop Black Warrior from just WM1ing into the front line of the Flex Tapes.
They do not have anything to retaliate, but they are giving the respect that Flex Tapes still think they deserve, which is understandable. Black Warrior still having a little bit of a hard time. Even with the pocketed damage, pocketed healing, it's not going to be enough. They're going to be able to do pretty much the reverse. And Flex Tapes turn this around very, very quickly. Only a quarter of the percentage will be get from Honey Badgers.
Well, they got a very early pick on the Hippo Mage, and those discords, along with the number of shots Hippo Mage is hitting, you can see he's already 2/3 of the way to his Transcendence. With that out of the fight, there was very little to stop the Flex Tapes from being able to WM1 into the front line of the Honey Badgers. Just kind of the same as the first push, but in favor of the Flex Tapes.
Very much so, but it's going to be a back and forth fight. This usually indicates in the long run that it's potentially a 99 versus 99. Earthshatter not going to find any results, but that's going to be a result for Dark, though. Dark is able to find great Earthshatter and great results along with it, thanks to Havoc. Havoc just going on a tear along with Hollow, and that is your DPSs for the win.
That very key thing to keep track of is that Earthshatter hit Hippo Mage. If Hippo Mage had been ready to block it with the Transcendence, nothing would have come of it. Black Warrior also had the opportunity to bait it. Unfortunately, he lost that mind game. Coming into this next fight, CoolPub does have Graviton Surge. Wesley isn't quite at his yet, so I'm very curious to see whether or not Flex Tapes thinks they need Graviton Surge on this next push.
Hopefully, but the Riptire is going to find Wesley. That's going to be pretty crucial right there in and of itself, buying that off tank. That is definitely not the Graviton coming in anytime soon, but Sal does bring in that res, but so far away from the points, and now they don't have res on point, which may or may not be the deal breaker here, because it's pretty fair and even alt fight going in. That's a great grab, though, and there's the Earthshatter. Oh my god, but the Deadeye from Pierce is going to be able to get a 3K, and the Riptire from Marble is able to find a flashbang kill coming in from Pierce, and Pierce coming in with that triple Deadeye right away, and such a knee-jerk reaction.
Pierce went for that really long flank around the outside of the point, and he used the rest of his team as bait. They got CoolPup's Graviton Surge out, and then while they were focusing the rest of the team, Pierce popped his ultimate, and nobody was looking at him. It was completely uncontested.
Oh my god, wow. Way to play the... Speaking of mind games, that is some serious mind games right there. So we're about to go in and see how this goes down. Once more, they are doing it with feeling and passion and burning desire just to flip this point around. That's a great grab coming in from the Honey Badgers. And once again, that will be in their favor. But they do lose Hollow. They lost Marble in the process, though. But they are going to have Pierce go crazy. And again, Pierce not being too contested and playing the mind games. So that's a great Earth Shower coming in from Dark. And once again, coming in with these clutch Earth Showers. But it doesn't seem to be clutch this time around, unfortunately, because the team was kind of all spread apart from the side of Flex Tape. So they weren't able to get too much off of it.
Unfortunately, that fight, they were really feeling the effects of having a McCree instead of a Hanzo. They didn't have anything to easily contest Havoc on the high ground once they lost their Junkrat.
And now we're seeing both Rip Tires being dropped. You want to try to find some type of, you know, potential win with this, but never mind. No touch, no contest. They're just... a lot of risk.
Completely managed to keep him zoned away from the point with the threat of the Rip Tire, and there was just no time for them to get back. Hollow says in the chat, my tire was touching.
Yo, that would be an interesting update if you can contest with tire. That would
be really weird. I don't think Junkrat needs more buffs, though.
Oh,
he doesn't need more buffs.
Well, I mean, like, he did get a nerf where it's like, his tire is easier to hear where it's coming from.
That is true. Now we're back on Night Market here for the tiebreaker map of the King of the Hill game. So far, it's been an amazing map to watch. It looks like Marble is going to go back on the Far for this point, and they're going to keep Pierce on the Hanzo instead of the McCree. Maybe they're learning from that lost push back on Control Center. Looks like on Flex Tape sides, they're going to be rolling with a Brigitte, which is a really interesting choice considering the power of Farah on this map.
I agree. This is going to be interesting to see how this sort of Death Ball runs as well. It seems like Death Ball is going to be coming in for only just for the side of Flex Tapes, as there will be the standard 2-2-2 going on. And already Honey Badger showing some great fight with this. Wesley able to prioritize those bubbles, keeping it nice. Black Warrior does go down, unfortunately. Not going to be able to bubble them in the nick of time. And Bailey B coming in with the Zenyatta DPS. Yes, I love it when I see that. But unfortunately, it's not going to be so much enough because, you know, the team's kind of spread apart. They already got some early picks within the first range of the team fight, and now the second, you know, wave of that team fight's coming in, and fatigue is kind of coming into play, but they're pushing them back, and Flex Tape still holding on to this, but Black Warrior still making this a viable contest for the side of Honey Badgers. They are going to be able to finally win over this point and scare them off.
Now, it looked like very early the Flex Tapes really had control of the engagement and took a good fight, but in reality, the core of the Honey Badgers never actually died. You can even see it in the ult charges. Hanzo, Zenyatta, and Farah and Mercy all stayed alive. Only the tank lineup ended up getting picked. And that meant that in reality, even though it looked like a one fight because of man advantage, the damage and the sustain was there to keep the fight going.
A kill is a kill, but a crucial kill is even more important. Taking out those main tanks, you're absolutely right. He's so important. And even also that your support as well, because the supports are going to be able to live. That was a great Earthshare coming in from the side of Dark, but unfortunately not going to be rewarded for it, as Pierce is going to get a 4K along with that Dragon Strike. I'm sorry, Quinn? Can we... Jeff, can we please nerf Pierce real quick?
I think the problem may line more with Hanzo. That said, Pierce has been performing phenomenally tonight. That was an amazing read on the Dragon. He knew exactly where those supports would be. I wonder if he had a Sonic Arrow up and he could see where they were going. And unfortunately, Dark's Earthshatter didn't get anything because Pierce was also there waiting to punish him for the aggression he knew was coming.
Wow, that is such a long-range kill as well from Pierce. That is so crazy, and especially with the fact that Pierce... there really is no opening to be really contesting Pierce. They need to hope that Hollow or Havoc are going to be able to find those opening kills. But if you're taking this fight to spawn, Pierce can sit back very comfortably and push on through. And they're going back and forth right now. The Far, they just got to hope that maybe like a Transcendence allows them to push through, or use the Dragon Strike for ult zoning. I think they're trying to bait out some of the ults just so they can be able to push in and have the team fight at point without the side of Flex Tape's ults. But that's a great grab right there, but the Transcendence coming in, and actually they're going to get their wish.
There. Yeah, that's right. Oh, and Dark managed to get a nice block on a Black Warrior. Wesley actually dies for the aggro that he tried to use on the Graviton Surge. With every ult coming into play right now, the Flex Tapes will probably come out on top.
Flex Tapes will definitely come out on top, especially with the fact that the team fight's going a little bit in, but Hippo Mage is going to do a little bit of an awkward kill, taking out Naisu, so now kind of they have to spawn back roughly the same time as Honey Badgers, and that actually might be a leg up for them.
Now, the Flex Tapes have to be very, very careful with how they take this next engagement because both DPS ultimates are available for the Honey Badgers. So that means if they step out of line even a little bit, one well-placed DPS ult can punish poor positioning. And that could give the Honey Badgers the snowball they need to finish out the map.
Hopefully. There is that Dragon Strike coming in. It is going to be coming in with the back. And oh my god, once again, the 2K right now taking out. Pierce is becoming a champion right here. Getting the 3K with the fire. This is absolutely mental. This is Discord Orb and everything. Pierce is still not yet contested. And they won't be contested because look at that kill feed. That man
looks like the Honey Badgers will take this home.
Yes,
I don't believe they can contest. No. Marvel even there with the Rocket Barrage just in case.
I will say this. Pierce holds left really, really well.
Wow, that was such a good map. So many twists and turns. Amazing plays from Pierce09. Absolutely showing us his dominance on the McCree and the Hanzo.
That's so silly. Wow, look at that. That is a great kill. And oh my god. All right, that's a good pog. Oh man, if they didn't show that pog in like general compositions, I'd be very mad. But either way, honestly, what can we say about this game? It was pretty much I think it came down really to alt usage and who was able to bait out who the best.
The alt management absolutely played a really important part of it. Overall, the positioning of the Flex Tapes was ever so slightly less clean than the positioning of the Honey Badgers. It allowed for one or two fights where they ended up getting picked early on, and it just meant they were having a much harder time getting a foothold for each fight after that compared to the Honey Badgers.
So what do we say here? What do you learn about positioning? What could be, also hero composition? We saw like a lot of like back and forth on, Hanzo and McCree and just what was more viable around that time. And it really was kind of a 50-50 shot here, whether the flashbang was really valuable, whether the echolocation arrow was valuable or not,
Well, in regards to the positioning, I would say the one thing the piece of advice I might give to the Flex Tapes now is really focus on letting your team know where the threats are from the Honey Badgers, because you need to be able to stand somewhere that is not in danger. And unfortunately for the Flex Tapes, a lot of the times their supports and sometimes their DPS were standing in places they didn't expect danger to be. A really great example is the Dragon Strikes coming through the wall. If they're tracking ultimates and they're making correct callouts, they should know it wouldn't be safe to stand in those places, and they should know it could be coming for them.
Honestly, also on top of that, just like they had like Flex Tapes knew what heroes they should use. They did right choice of composition, but unfortunately with the use of the composition, they really didn't have the right positioning, even more on top of that, to contest Pierce, because Pierce was really running away with the competition. There was so many kills that I saw that like there's 2 double kills that he got within one map that should not have happened, except for like the first one was a little more explainable, but the second one, that was like your backline. You should have seen that coming, and you knew what direction they were going to come from as well. That could have been a little bit more easily avoidable. And on top of that, just again, contest that. You need to be able to have your heroes be able to flank around.
Yeah, another thing I might say is I think if they had put Hollow on Widowmaker for the first time they did Gardens right off the bat, I think it would have gone way better for them. I think Hollow's Widow absolutely can contest Pierce. They are completely on the same level. They absolutely could hold a really good fight and make the space necessary for the rest of the Flex Tapes to move in and do what they need to do without dying to Pierce.
Dare I say it, even there's potentially a little bit more of a leg up for Hollow against Pierce, just because like when I saw Pierce at the Garden Center on Lijiang, I think the first time, Hollow wasn't really much showing up in the kill feed until very near the end, where Hollow kind of switched on over to a different hero. I don't remember which DPS they switched on over to, but they did try to switch on over to one that was a little more mobile, so that way they can contest a little bit more. But like overall, this was just kind of not a one-sided affair, but a very more favorable affair, because it was very close matches, and Flex Tapes can still pull back, and I have seen them very effective on Volskaya. This is one of more Flex Tapes kind of hometown maps, as I like to call them. They're more like at home and they feel natural in this. So we could definitely see the 1-for-1 situation going down here. But what do you want to see from both sides? What do you want to see on attack and what do you want to see on defense here?
Well, on
Because we're seeing
offense,
I like the Sombra that we're having right now. It's becoming more prominent.
now, on offense from the Honey Badgers, you definitely want to watch Pierce, and you also want to watch the tank lineup of the Honey Badgers because Pierce wants to take the space above the point so that he can take free shots into them without being contested by the static characters on the flex tapes. The tank lineups need to be there to make sure Pierce can get that done. So if they mess up, that could spell doom for the rest of the team. On the flex tape sides, Dark and Hollow are playing very, very fragile DPS picks. They need to be really careful where they put their value and make sure they're putting it in the same places. Otherwise, it could go completely to waste.
Ooh, that's a really nice little pick coming in from Pierce. But Hollow coming in with that hack and just being able to take out Hippo Mage is going to stall a little bit more. And now with that sort of dangerous position that they're playing right now. But are they able to take out Marble? No, they're going to be able to fall back very, very quickly. But that's going to be a great pick. Sal drops in the res. And honestly, I actually would have liked them to buy more time, just not even use that res because now they don't have the res coming in for a few more seconds. And they're still just falling back. Flex Tape's giving the respect that they need. Hollow definitely showing Sombra is very prominent in this map right now.
She's doing something very interesting. She keeps getting right behind the Honey Badgers and just pulling aggro. Unfortunately, she's going to get punished for it right there, but he's just pulling aggro and making it harder for the rest of the Honey Badgers to move in on the targets they want to move in on.
Yeah, there's not much targets left as well for the side of Honey Badgers as they're going to be able to go crazy. Pierce, once again, along with Marble, the double sniper DPS just coming in and, oh my god, there's just, they need to touch him.
Without Hollow there to continue pulling aggro, once he died, they knew there was no backline threat. They were able to maximize the frontal space. Pierce took free shots, end of story.
Yeah, I mean...
Moving here on to the second point, we're going to see Pierce maybe be even a little bit more prominent because Hollow will have a harder time contesting him on this specific map geometry. And now we have sights coming into play, which means Hollow will have a hard time getting into position to land the EMP that he clearly wants to.
No flanking for a while, for sure. But Hippo does find Naisu. That's going to be great. And there's a pause coming in.
That's all right. Technical difficulties happen all the time. Not entirely sure what's happening, but I'm sure it'll get sorted out momentarily. Looks like we have a disconnect coming in from the side of the flex tapes. That's okay. Happens all the time.
It's absolutely what happens all the time because, you know, in physical sports, you have injuries. But because this is esports, we don't really have much of that. So
no, you can get carpal tunnel.
Well, yeah, that's true. But I mean, like, but that's it. So we make up for it by having technical difficulties. So, you know, it's just like it's kind of that eye for an eye.
Yeah, where else are you going to get that filler talk that the casters are so well known for?
Exactly. So,
you know, where else will we be able to make super meta jokes about the things casters have to say during technical pauses?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, I must say, just talking about this right now, I don't know when Hammond is available in Siege3.
Hammond is actually available in this week's matches. It's very interesting they haven't played him quite yet. The way we do new hero releases here on Siege is once the hero is pushed onto the live version, the next match of Siege after that, they are not available. The match after that one, they are. And this is 2 weeks after Hammond has been pushed to the live client, and so he is available to be played in the in this match of in this week of Siege matches.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, all right, we haven't really run into a map that's necessarily favorable for Hammond, but I actually have thought about point B on defense for Hammond on Volskaya. Is actually a very prominent pick, potentially, if you want to run, let's say, dive. Dive could work out very well here, or at least...
You know, now that you mention it, Hammond could be a great jack of all trades solution to a lot of the problems that the flex tapes are having right now. The long range DPS sources from the rest of the Honey Badgers, you know, Pierce, Hippo Mage, to some extent Marble as well. He's been hitting shots too. You know, these are all long ranged threats. You can see here on the Zenyatta, the Widow, and the Hanzo. And Hammond is really, really good at dealing with long range threats. He doesn't have a head hitbox when he's in his hamster ball, and he has the mobility to shut down multiple threats at the same time.
Yeah, and also on top of that, you know, the hook shot charge can easily be used on the corners that you don't necessarily have to get into that. And the ground pound can be easily done as well. There's also the ult. You can just drop the ult right then and there, and that's just going to be so hard to contest with that. But Naisu is back. I don't know if they're back yet, but we'll see. But honestly, I kind of like that idea. But Hollow running, like the EMP from Hollow is going to be so crucial. But like, do you think it's worth holding on to?
So the EMP from Hollow here, now that Naisu has been picked, unfortunately, now is absolutely the right time to go through with it, but they need somebody available to capitalize and kill Hippo Mage. They might be alt tracking, they might not be this early on into the game. You can see there's still 6 minutes left, but we know as the casters that Hippo Mage is getting dangerously close to his Transcendence, and if they don't prevent that from happening, considering they're already a man up and have the positional advantages for this particular fight, they need to remove the Transcendence from play, or this will be the end of their defense.
That's true, but I will say this. Naisu, I was about to say.
Unfortunately, Naisu is still having some issues staying connected.
Well, I will say this. This is going to be, this is a little far-fetched, but it is food for thought that potentially, because Naisu is respawning in game altogether, you save some seconds in respawning as well.
It is actually almost definitely true. However, it's not a fair trade because he's lost about 70% of his ultimate charge, which is incredibly unfortunate, but life happens.
I mean, honestly, the Valkyrie wouldn't leave them much to be safe either because, again, Pierce is in a great high ground position. So I feel like even if you did run that Valkyrie, it only lasts for like a very small amount of time. And even then, you couldn't really get off the ground right away.
Yes, he would need to be off to the side and he'd have to be, he'd have to be popping that Valkyrie and then staying out of the lines of sight of all the long range damage dealers from the side of the Honey Badgers anyways, which would give him a really difficult time trying to actually provide value to his team as they pushed onto Hippo Mage with the EMP like we were talking about before.
Yeah, it's difficult to say how to respond to something like this, but speaking of esports in general, have you been paying attention to Evo at all?
Evo? No,
Yes.
I have not.
That is the biggest fighting game competition in the world. It's very respectful. It's happening this weekend. Because we had a Louisianan represent in the grand finals of Smash Brothers.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun and like I also think this is another thing I just wanted to bring up in general, just about like Blizzard and stuff like this and whatnot. Like, do you think Blizzard should have a fighting game because they now have TCG esports, they have RTS, they have MOBAs,
well, I mean, do you really need a fighting game when you can just have an all Doomfist Overwatch match?
You know, you say it like that, and it really makes me think about it. But it also makes me think about it from the standpoint of Doomfist in Smash Brothers.
That actually would be very entertaining now that you mention it. He would fit in very, very well. You know, jokes aside, I feel like Blizzard actually could make a very cool fighting game. We're going to get back into the action here. The pause is about to end. So we're going to see how the Flex Tapes respond. They are going to go in with that EMP, and that means they can completely shut down the front line.
Oh my gosh, and actually able to just finally contest Pierce. You know, all you need to do is just shut down single ability that they have, and that's about it.
They did exactly what they needed to. I did not expect them to be so on top of that. They must have been discussing the plan as the game was paused. That was phenomenal. Completely out of nowhere, they went from being down their mercy to being 3 up in the fight.
And Hollow's on the Widowmaker now, so now they finally got something to contest. All this craziness coming in from Pierce. It's going to be back and forth, but Pierce finally fighting Hollow as well. But unfortunately, Hollow was kind of in a position where they weren't really going to be protected. Oh no, that's a great Earth Shatter. So they've been talking about their plans as well, but going back. But there's that Diva Bomb right there. No
What
way!
a fantastic Diva Bomb!
My God,
he must be practicing those. That landed right on the corner. Nowhere for any of those squishies to go. That is twice now. They have taken a fight that they were down, and they just got 3 kills seemingly for free. That is amazing.
They got to be careful, though. That is an alt bank to be reckoned with for the side of Honey Badgers, but that definitely took down some time right there. Oh my God. Havoc just coming. That was the right angle. It was just the right angle, and Hollow's popping off.
That was fantastic from Havoc. Absolutely undid all the progress from the Honey Badgers on that fight. They do have Grav Dragons coming into this next fight on the side of the Honey Badgers, and there is nothing to contest it with on the side of the Flex Tapes. They need to either eat the Graviton Surge or bait it out with Cool Pups, with Cool Pup being aggro. The only other option is to hard dive Wesley before he can use it, and considering it's an instant cast time, that is going to be very difficult to do.
Absolutely, but that's a great grab right there. It's going to be able to get a majority of the members, but they have to be worried about that Transcendence, push it through. Hollow does find Pierce, though. That does allow the rest of the tanks to go in crazily and know that their backline is safe, along with the fact that Dark is on the Genji now. This is going to be great.
I do believe Dark just deflected that Graviton.
I think it did. Okay, well...
These are some incredible individual plays that are coming out from the side of Flex Tapes. They are taking all of these fights that they should be using and somehow coming out on top. They are really showing that they want to win these games right now.
They are trying to buy 6 minutes, and they're buying it indeed. They do lose the D-Mech with the Dragon Strike, but that's unfortunate. And also Hollow as well, but they are still fighting back as much as they can. But that's a great Earth Shower coming in from Cool Pup, but they do lose it right away thanks to the Earth Shower coming in from Blackwater, are able to turn this around. They're going to be able to get the first mark at the very, very least, but are they going to be able to get the rest of it? I don't know. They're trying to push in.
This is going to be trickle time for the Flex Tapes. They have Transcendence and a Diva Bomb to contest it with. If they can shut down Black Warrior, this is winnable.
This is definitely winnable, but Pierce coming in now with the McCree is actually great, but there's that Diva Bomb once again. Can it find the amazing kills? It did. No, not to be the case. Oh my god, Wesley dropping that grab is going to be good for the side of Honey Badgers, and they at least knocked that time bank in half.
Well, you know what? That is nothing to scoff at. They might have, Honey Badgers might have 3 minutes on the timer, but the performance from the Flex Tapes was flawless until the very end. That was incredible Overwatch play.
I can't disagree with that, especially with that deflect coming in with the grab. Oh my god, what a baller.
I guarantee you, and this is going to make me so happy because somebody was a genius on the side of the Flex Tapes. They recognized they had nothing to deal with the Graviton, and so they decided to put Dark on the Genji solely so they could give Wesley the threat of deflecting it. And that is incredibly intelligent. That is absolutely the kind of team play you want to see here at Siege.
That is like that IQ meme thing where it's like deflect Widow headshot. It's like pretty smart. And then like deflect Deadeye, really super ultra smart. Deflect grab, galaxy brain.
That is incredible. All right, it looks like on both sides here, we're going to be sticking with a Ryan Zarya team composition. I think we have a mirror comp right now with double sniper, Ryan Zarya, Mercy, Zenyatta. We're going to see how that plays out. They're going to want to set up crossfires onto the enemy backlines. And I'm a little bit iffy about the decision to use Reinhardt Zarya here in this combination, because usually when you're playing Reinhardt, you have a very hard time pushing into double sniper because as you get closer to the snipers, they have an easier time shooting over your shield, and it's almost like giving them more map control as you get closer to them.
I would agree. I would also say on top of that, they have a lot of time to work with, so they got to be careful about that as well. I do say that running this composition, it does allow them to sort of get a little bit of zoning potentially along with the bubble, so it allows the Reinhardt to go crazy. But you know, when in doubt, goat apparently is what Flex Tapes say. So
when in doubt, go to goats.
Goat it out.
They just want a WM1 onto Black Warrior right now. They need to stay out of the line of sight of the snipers of the defending team. They're doing that so fantastically. Look where they're all standing. There's nothing that the snipers can do. They're just going to take free kills all day long.
They are going to take free kills, and Pierce and Marble will try to at least get some contesting going on. They take out Bailey B and D-Mac Hollow. That's going to be great and all, but we do get that first mark, and look at that time bank. This is just working out very well for them. Pierce does get out Hollow.
Havoc up there is currently trying to 1v2 Mercy and Widow. He manages to take out Sal, and now he's going to go for Pierce. I really hope he wins this fight just for the story that it tells. Also earlier, he managed to land a really fantastic boop that prevented Sal from getting the res off on one of the tanks of the Honey Badgers. Oh, that's such great play from Havoc up there. He knows he's the only one that can contest them, and so he did that.
Well, that was a good contest as well. I really enjoyed that. 7 minutes on the clock for the side of Honey Badgers. I mean, they get all the time in the world to try to take this point, but I wouldn't dilly-dally too much. Gotta be careful as they're about to go in. and try as hard as they can to try to push in. They are going back and forth right now, but the team fight is still looking very much in favor for the side of Honey Badger. So they do have home field advantage. They do have that Dragon Strike. They get to zone out with the Coalescence coming in to respond with Nisu. But there's a great ping coming in from Dark Warrior, but they do get a little bit overwhelmed with the rest of the group, but the Dragon Strike is going to allow them to fall back into place, and they take out Dark as well. Black Warrior does fall in the end, but Pierce taking out Cool Pup and a lot of damage was done. Sal being also able to res Black Warrior does give Honey Badger still that leg up that I was talking about earlier. Pierce just going absolute ham right now, and this
they were so close. They were so close to taking that point incredibly cleanly. The initiation was just a little bit off. They got a little bit separated. Some of them peeled for Black Warrior with that aggro pin, and some of them didn't, and that allowed Marble to put a dragon right in between them. And because of that, they got separated and no one could get onto Pierce.
Well, Pierce is piercing through this front line, especially taking out the main tank, so once again, Darks needs to be protective and interesting to kind of go out right away. Pierce taking out Havoc as well is not a good pick for the side of Flex Tapes. That is not what you want when you're trying to jump right into it, especially with no mercy for the res. And it's understandable. You want that mobile on the Goats. The Goats are trying their best, but they are just getting picked off before they can even drop ult.
We see that Marble now has swapped over to the Pharah because he knows there's not really much the Flex Tapes can do about it. At this point, if I were the Flex Tapes, I would very heavily consider swapping off of Goats and approaching with a different strategy, perhaps going back to double sniper. Looks like they're going to commit with a self-destruct. We'll see if it gets anyone. It gets Hippo Mage. Transcendence is no longer in play, but Black Warrior is going to land a nice shatter on a Cool Pup.
And that's a great grab coming in from the side of Wesley. He's going to just stop everything dead in his tracks, and Marble running this fair. They just got to be, because there's really no way to contest it with Goats, because Pharaoh is just untouchable with Goats apart from Nisu able to reach, but that's about it.
Now, they do actually have the Coalescence on the side of Flex Tapes coming into this next fight, which means they could put some pressure on the Pharah, and that was a really nice eco push from the Flex Tapes as well, because the only ultimates available now to the Honey Badgers are their support ultimates, which they may be able to bait with a well-placed Coalescence, which allows them to use a Graviton Surge.
Just gotta be careful though, because there's potentially Marble able to sort of flank around as well if they don't get too distracted. Dark is almost going down as well, but they get protected because, hey, when you have a lot of support, then you're going to be able to do that. But Black Warrior does go down. That's going to be great. Pierce does find Dark though, so there's that trade in there. Oh my god, Hollow just sort of turns around, drops with the barrage right through there. And it's going to stop right dead in the track of Marble, so that's going to be a little bit overwhelming. This is sort of a little all over the place for both sides. So Pierce is not contesting Nisu, just letting him just get the life sucked out of him. Hollow's able to take out Sal, though, but Pierce is still staying on top of things, making sure that the team is not pressured too much, and really just took that like drain from Nisu like a boss.
It was a really interesting fight. It's very difficult for me to see where that went wrong. I think it was just a matter of a slightly sloppier engagement allowed somebody to die as they moved in, and they didn't have the man advantage they really needed to close it out.
Yeah, and it was crazy as well because, like, Hollow was able to find Marble right then and there and just stop the barrage dead in his tracks, but all I can say is you're absolutely right. They kind of did get separated along the way, which is very unfortunate, but Hollow finding Marble is going to be great for the side of Flex Tapes as they're pushing in, and now they have information from, Hollow's side as well, so they do know if they're trying to flank, but that's going to be a great grab, and it looks like the kill feed,
They used grab, and they died.
Yeah, they used grab, they died. Havoc's going to be able to drop the Dragon Blade against 3K just by the scrape of their teeth. I
have never seen that before, Bemi. I have never seen a team grab, then nothing special happens, but it's the team that grabbed that died. Dark even manages to land a nice block onto Black Warrior's Earth Shatter, and now it's just contest. Sal went for the res, but it's not going to work. Hippo Mage is here with Transcendence, but it's a losing fight at this point. He is going to get taken away off the map. I'm not entirely sure that's actually the trade that they wanted on the side of the Flex Tapes, because that brawling power is really, really good for cleanup.
It is definitely good for cleanup, but the thing is about that grab that you just saw earlier is that once in a blue moon, if you do manage to get that first initial pick, the momentum does die right away for trying to clean up. Here, switching on over to the Tracer is going to be a good way to clean up, though. Great Pulse Bomb coming in, taking out Cool Pop as well. They were so close to taking that third tick, but they will have to fall back.
I do think the fault for that does lie on Dark's shoulders, unfortunately. He tried to make a play by pinning the Doomfist through the Transcendence. Unfortunately, when the Transcendence got in the way, he made a bit of a miscalculation and he went off the edge with the Transcendence and Zenyatta. And that isn't what you want when you're so close to finishing it off. You just want to end the pin so you can go back to building up your next Earth Shatter to finish out the fight.
You do want to finish this out. 1 minute and 20 seconds left, and this was a 7-minute time bank, mind you. And Hollow is going to be able to bring that opening. Will this be finally the push? There's a great grab. Are they able to follow up? They got the Dragon Blade for it. Oh boy,
that
here
is
we go.
Incredibly
we are
clean.
Eating sushi tonight. That is like fish in a barrel, and they are going to take this point.
There is no way the Honey Badgers expected them to have a Graviton Surge that fast. Even though it was a really nice retake on the fight before, they were completely caught off guard. They were incredibly clumped together, and they gave them a free Grav Dragons combo. Different dragon, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, with that... Well, so what that thing is that with the fact of that Grav being so quick, it's really just a matter of just sort of Wesley being able to prioritize... I'm sorry, not Wesley, excuse me. Cool Pub 69 is going to be able to just get that grab so quickly is by prioritization of the bubbles. If you're going to bubble the front line, especially like one of your flankers or somebody along the lines of that, and somebody you know is going to take a lot of damage, that gives you so much charge, not just from a firepower standpoint, but also out charge as well. So that's one of the crucial things about getting a quick grab. If you are really good, you know, Zarya, you know who to prioritize with your bubbles.
Absolutely correct. Building up energy is the first step to getting a good grab, and as much as people don't like it, a lot of teams do pick Zarya just for the Graviton. Even though she has a really good amount of shield break and damage output, she can apply a lot of pressure to the enemy's front line. So here on the next attack phase, looks like we're going to have more dive coming out on the side of the Flex Tapes, which we know is something they do enjoy doing. I expect they'll have a little bit more success with this, if only because it's not GOATs, because they already did that. And they will be able to actually shut down at least one of the long-range DPS threats on the side of the Honey Badgers.
Yeah, but they gotta be careful. Havoc running that Gary again is gonna be great, but they got 60 seconds left. They gotta push in as much as they can and see how they go.
Black Warrior's out of position here. They might be able to finish him, and they do.
Oh, they do, but
pin.
Pierce finds Naisu, though. That's going to be pretty much a valuable trade for them. Hollow's able to find Hippo Mage as well. Flex Tape's doing really good here to just push on through. Hollow just barely scraping by their teeth, but helping out Havoc along the way. But you got to be careful. Marble needs to find this kill right away, but it doesn't seem to do much good if they can't find it much. 30 seconds within that time bank. They are going to at least find the first marker, but will they find anything else left? I don't know. Hippo Mage just find the kill, but there's the remech onto Cool Pump, and now you got both tanks going at it. Except for Dark going down right away. Hippo Mage making me eat my words. This is going to be a good rest from Naisu, though. Bailey B's able to follow up. Nice Discord Orbital L, taking out Black Warrior. Looking good. They are trying to get that third mark. Are they going to get it? Yes, they will.
That was a really interesting fight. They managed to pull a Pierce 09 on the Honey Badgers by leaving Hollow completely uncontested. No one was there to stop Hollow from taking free shots, and he got 3 or 4 kills. That's a really great early pick on the Pierce. That's exactly what they needed. Sal doesn't even have res. This is actually winnable right off the bat. I was wrong. The res is there, but they are going to get Marble immediately.
You gotta be very careful, but there's the Transcendence being brought out by both, and now you're just kind of waiting. There's a great Earth Shatter, though. That
the pin missed Naisu.
Oh, it did miss Naisu, though. It did miss that pin, but there's Havoc coming in with the Dragon Blade. That's going to be a 3K right there. It does not matter if you miss that pin, because apparently they are just going to be able to go crazy with Marble, but that doesn't mean anything with Athena telling you that is a team kill. Flex Tapes pushing it on over. They are going to be able to get the second marker, but I fear they are not going to be able to get the third, because there's Pierce coming in with the, the flanking. There's also Hippo Mage coming in with the Moira able to find the kill on Bailey B, but there's the Demon Ball. It gets the double. Oh my gosh, are they going to be able to do it? Hollow does go down, but there's that Dragon Strike. It's going to be enough. Oh my god, the grab gets them out of the way of the Dragon Strike. Are you kidding me right now? And Marble does go down. Wesley's going to be the last one. Naisu's able to bring up that res, taking out Havoc, and this actually might work out quite well. They're doing their best they can. They get the dash. They do take out Wesley, and they're doing great, but Hippo Mage does take out Naisu, but there's no healing left. Cool Pub will go down. There's Havoc trying to buy some time, but yeah, the Wick will finally go down. That was so close to getting it.
That both sides really put their all into fighting for that last little piece of percentage. That was a really interesting trickle fight.
I can't say much to that, except for the fact that that was very admirable. And it was funny that the grab on the same side of the Dragon Strike.
That is
He has
two
to
key
grab
abilities
him.
that actually whiffed on the side of the Honey Badgers. The Black Warrior missed his pin onto Naisu early on in that fight, could have saved his team any point progress at all being lost if he had hit that pin, because the Valkyrie was available for Naisu at the time, and when he lived, he was able to just fly away. And on the very next push, as they were coming in to retake, the Dragons went out first to give Wesley time to get set up his grav, and then he actually missed the Dragons with his Graviton, and he only got one of the two people that were stuck in the Graviton healed by the Dragon. So here we have the Honey Badgers going on the offense again. It looks like they are going to be running the exact same composition, double snipers in Yada Mercy and a Rein Zarya. And I think we're going to see the same mirror composition on the defense from the Flex Tapes. Let's see if Hollow's aim can match up against Pierce and Havoc's against Marble.
I would say that this is Hollow and Pierce are going to be more crucial ones to pay attention for. Especially with the fact that, like, apparently Widow picks are everything for these people. They just cannot touch these guys without one. So we'll see if that works in their favor. They got 3 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock. They should be able to at least take this point in theory. Point A shouldn't be too hard.
This could absolutely go either way. It's going to come down massively to who gets the first opening picks and forces out the res from the other team. That's an amazing shot from Hollow onto Pierce. Now Sal has to go back and res that, or they need to back out. Otherwise, Hollow will be uncontested.
Oh, dear.
I spoke too soon. Marble is moving up on her.
That is true, but they do lose both their tanks right now with Dark coming into the play with the Fire Strike following up. That's going to be great. And that is the first team fight won. And I honestly have to say that's great positioning coming in from the side of Flex Tapes. They do.
Marble does manage to get a pick onto Hollow this time. It's going to be a Hanzo duel. Unfortunately, Naisu is there with Havoc, and there's nothing Marble can do. Hollow's going to get the res out of it.
Gotta love that Battle Mercy, though. It's great stuff. We don't see it. We don't see it enough. I need more Battle Mercy in my life.
Let's go watch Neptuno's stream.
Interesting. It's also interesting as well. Cool Pup has information that the Pierce is in that corner because they are lobbing grenades over to see if they can land the hit.
Oh, yes, I see that. Havoc is going to go try to contest Pierce right now. Pierce is going to spend his blinks to try to get on top of him, and he gets caught out. He knows he was there. Pierce is going to die to a really nice prediction shot. Now they can move in, and Pierce is not there to apply pressure on the backline.
Yeah, they got to try, and that's a great Earth Shower from Dark as well. They are going to go down for right away, but they do leave that opening for the rest of the team. And is that Earth Shower
got hit with the shatter.
Oh, no, they do, but the Dragon Strike's going to come in from Havoc, and that actually is going to save their butt. They're going to be able to push through, and Hollow's able to follow up with that. It's going to leave a lot of great openings for them to pick off, and also no tank means no protection for those squishies. They are just trying to fight and keep the stream alive, but a minute and 25 seconds left on the clock. They need to fall back and just regroup right now.
You can see Havoc and Hollow are trying to set up a nice crossfire here so that they can take the shots on these last 3 players. If they get these stagger kills, that will be fantastic for them. Looks like Black Warrior is going to be back. They are going to be making a push here, but they need something to contest Havoc, and the only person that can do that is Marble.
It's going to be Marble versus who can cap the point Calm, and we're going to see how that goes. Hollow does find Marble, so right now this is not going to be the case, and Black Warrior is able to take out Dark, but that's the trade. Looking more in favor for the side of Honey Badgers that they're finally able to take out with the rest of that grab. Black Warrior working overtime. They do finally push through. Oh my god!
Sal managed to Battle Mercy Hollow that entire fight. There was nothing he could do about it. Sal was on top of him with the entire duration of his Valkyrie to make sure Hollow wasn't taking free shots. They took our advice to heart.
What a bully. I love it. All right, so we've got a minute left on the clock. It's going to be a little bit of an uphill battle, especially with the alt economy going in favor for the side of Flex Tapes, I would arguably say. But they can use a good Dragon Strike, and we have seen Marble pop off that way. Havoc finding Black Warrior doesn't help out. An interesting call on the grab. They do take out Wesley, so that's going to at least give them the leg up and take out both tanks and forces them to fall back. So I guess that's beneficial.
Without Black Warrior on the side of the Honey Badgers, I think they could have just moved up and taken the space around his corpse for free and forced a disengage out of the really static comp of the Honey Badgers that couldn't really afford to go anywhere else. Now that they've used their Graviton, that's a really big advantage they don't have for the very last fight, and this is make it or break it for both teams. There is not going to be another round here because the point is not fully capped, so they need to win this fight if they want to come out on top.
Oh, that's going to be a more beneficial Earth Shatter coming in, especially with the Dragon Strike. Wesley taking a little bit of damage to that. Couldn't be backed up to the corner, and that's going to be it. But there's the Dragon Strike. Oh, my God. It's going to be found by Marble. Double kill coming in. It's going to be able to find Havoc. Are they going to be able to push through? Are they actually going to be able to try to fight in? The trickle battle still going back and forth, but it is going to be stopped by Naisu. Naisu bringing in the Res for Dark is going to be great, and that's a great Transcendence coming in from Bailey B, keeping everybody alive right now. They're going to be able to stop this right and dead in their track, and this should be the map that wins for the side of Flex Tape. If they can keep on going, there's the Transcendence coming in. They're trying to buy time for Hippo Mage. Wesley coming in with the 76, but is it going to be lasting much longer? Sal trying their best to also get that Radiant Healing coming in from both sides, but it's not going to be the case. The Wick is going to go down, and that's it. GG for the side of
That was
Flex
incredibly close. So far, these have been two fantastic maps to be watching. Both sides really put their all into the last pushes on both of the attack rounds, really, and the mechanics that were being shown by both sides in that very last fight was incredible. That's an amazing deflected fire strike. He manages to kill 2 people with it, even gets a finishing blow on one of them. This is absolutely a carry from Havoc on this particular fight.
He's got that gold border for a reason, son.
Never underestimate the golden border.
What can I say?
Never underestimate it.
After hero switches and trickling in tends to be the case. You're forced into that position of either it's going to be a 1 in a million chance right there.
You know, it's go time sometimes. You just got to press Q and hope for the best. There's no way around it. Sometimes if you don't press Q, you're going to die. Yeah. That's 2 incredible maps. We're tied up 1-1 right now. Still plenty of adventure left in this game. We're going to see how it shakes out. Let's see what the next map is. I believe... oh, 1 second. The referee is asking me some questions. Please entertain the audience.
Well, I'm here to entertain you by letting you know that at Siege³ over here, you can donate to the prize pool, I believe, and make these people rich. And what you do for donating will be what is the benefit of donating? Feeling good about
the donation
yourself,
may not go directly to the prize pool. However, the donations allow us to keep doing things like hiring nice casters and a camera person for the games. And they also allow us to put a lot more effort into actually keeping up the quality of what you're seeing here tonight. You don't have to donate, but everything is appreciated. We don't keep any of it as profit. It all goes right back into Siege. We don't keep any of it. That's the most important part.
That is true. Maybe food, though. Food is important.
Nope, doesn't even go towards food. Not for the staff.
No, not even.
Not for Fisher Eye.
We're gonna. Yeah, I was about to say production, and I would like to know we're starving.
Well, unfortunately for you, budget is not for food. Budget will be for things like increasing the quality of the stream. It allows us to hire more staff, such as the 2 people I'm working with here right now, Bemi and our camera person, Ben. It will also go to other things, such as potentially allowing us to host an official website later on.
Nice.
And possibly some other fun products.
I actually good save on calling him Ben, by the way. I've tried Ben Viglo.
Yeah, that's why I didn't. That's why I didn't. Yeah.
Wait, is that how you say it?
Ben and Viglo?
I've known Ben for like 5 months now, and I have never been able to say the name until just now.
All right, and looks like we're gonna be heading to King's Row for the next map. I do love me some King's Row. I have not been enjoying it quite as much. The meta has gotten a little bit redundant for me. It's very strange because I'm a Reinhardt player. I love me some Reinhardt. The Golden Hammer is my favorite golden gun in the whole game. When it comes to the Reinhardt map, King's Row, I don't get that same warm fuzzy feeling I used to. It's always Ryan, Zarya, Hanzo, Lucio, sometimes Goats. You know, it's the same
sometimes
thing.
Junkrat.
Sometimes Junkrat, I guess, but
here's the thing, though. We might see potentially the Hammond coming out because Hammond's actually been pretty good here. Now, as far as what Hammond is used, I have seen used for potentially dives, or a lot of people have been trying to utilize the Symmetra teleporter for something for him to go into. This is potentially a unique type of dive. Some people like to call this the Miley meta.
I think I understand where this is going. Now, what I think we are
You picked it up a
likely
lot
to
faster
see
than
here,
I did.
I think what we are likely to see here is, oh, never mind. It looks like Wesley might be swapping over to the Bastion. No, well, Sal is actually on the Torbjorn. That makes me think there might be just trolling the casters
Well,
right
here's
now.
the thing.
But
Here's the thing. Wesley. Well, just so you know, if there is a Symmetra coming in, no, it's not going to happen. Symmetra Bastion combo could have been good, but yeah.
Well, here's the thing. They could still do it. What I almost expected from that comp you saw at the very beginning is you could do almost sort of like a low mobility dive if you can use the teleporter to quickly take the high ground somewhere that the enemy's static comp, because you know they will be running something static on first point King's Row defense. You could take the high ground behind them and then drop into a dive with something a little bit more brawly, like maybe a Ryan Hammond.
Yeah, but we're going to see the good old stuff. We're going to see the double sniper DPS 222 composition going down. It's really just a matter of who can get those sniper picks, because basically it comes down to this. Your snipers take out the tanks. Your tanks are able to know that it's the green light for them to go ham, and their supports are safe, and the supports are able to go in with them. But usually in this case, a lot of the point sort of falls back, but Flex Tapes are putting up a fight right now, able to take out both sides, and now they're going to be overwhelmed. Marble's able to find at least a pick off a hollow, but it's going to be a 1-for-1 sniper duel at the moment. Marble versus Havoc, so we'll see if that's able to work out for them. The Discord Orb is on both of them as well.
Now, what they have to do is back up so that people don't get picked like Havoc just did, because even though it was an even fight up to this point, the enemy team, the Honey Badgers, had a huge spawn advantage, so they needed to back up, maybe let them have some point progress, and just get out of there so they don't die.
Yeah, that wasn't going to happen, unfortunately. So Pierce had other things to say. Point is captured.
Yeah, definitely.
Now
Well, it looks like now we have Pierce has his sights, so he's probably going to pop it fairly early on here. Yep, there it is.
Yeah,
he
they
wants
want
to
to make
see
sure that like the
if
first
there's any chance to take stagger kills, and there might be, because Cool Pup is still coming back from spawn. Dark is coming up on his Shatter. The only real hope they have to get them off the cart early in Streets phase is for Dark to land a nice Shatter onto the bulk of the Honey Badgers, but he needs to do it in such a way that he doesn't endanger himself to the burst damage of Marble and Pierce, because if he does that, there's no way he can follow up.
Yeah, they gotta be super careful of that. Like, there's just so much that could definitely go wrong. And on top of that, they while good on them, they didn't get stopped at the first choke. That's always so risky to do. But they gotta just push on through. Pierce does go down, so that's like already their response gone. But Marble able to take out Hollow, so now they're making it 1-for-1. That's gonna be good. But there's the Earth Shatter from both sides.
What a block from Dark!
Oh my god, that is gonna be so crucial. And there's also that grab coming in. It's gonna be able to find a lot of the team on the high ground. But
that was an incredible play from Dark. He managed to land a nice Shatter because he saw Black Warrior going for his. He lands his, then does an immediate 90-degree flick to block Black Warrior's Shatter. He absolutely played that perfectly. This loss is not his fault if it indeed does come to that.
Well, unfortunately, they are going to be able to get that point right there for the side of Honey Badgers. So good on them. They're going to still keep on trucking and going and what have you. So now you gotta wait and see if there's gonna be something like a grab Dragon Strike or just the Dragon Strike in general now, because they're spacing these ults out.
Indeed, the only ult really available for the Flex Tapes right now is the Dragon. They have not really been able to build up a substantial ult economy. They've always sort of been on the back foot when it comes to the threats posed by each team. Looks like Hollow is up here to contest the high ground. He wants to make sure Pierce and Marble aren't taking free shots. Dark is trying to get aggro, take a little space, and Black Warrior is actually going to pin, and Wesley's going to fall, which means that this is now an opening for them to move forward.
Absolutely, and Hollow getting that double as well is going to be so crucial. I feel like we flipped over roles here, so now we got play-by-play coming in from the side of Spark, looking really good here with the commentary, and there's the information coming in for Pierce as well. Switching on back around, the information is there for them. Getting through that awkward elbow with information is so crucial. Allows you a good opening, and there's a great Pierce, but that is also a great grab Dragon Strike coming in from the side of Flex Tapes. But that's a good transcendence. Does buy them a little bit of time. And Pierce getting that double kill is going to be fine. Good Earth Shatter as well. Great response. Scares them away. Looking good. The Dragon Blade's going to come in. Is it going to find anything? No, but it's going to scare the big bad wolf away. way!
Black
Oh my
Warrior
god,
manages
never
to
mind.
pin Hollow out of nowhere. Nothing out of that Genji blade. That's unfortunate for them. Looks like a very eager usage of the Grab Dragons here. They won't have it for the stall. To deal with the stall. Nicey's going to pop his Valk, see if he can get out, take a nice position. Might even contest the snipers. Dark is going to go in for a hard dive.
Hopefully they'll be able to find something. They dropped both support ults, interestingly enough, when they were sort of in the spawn position, so they could have been pretty much safe. Pierce does get the double kill as well, and now Pierce doesn't really have much to worry about. Both support ults are gone, and he can just sort of focus on the back, especially with that pin from Black Warrior, and that's going to be it. That's going to be the round right there.
I do think they could have gotten a little more value on the side of Flex Tapes from Bailey B's Transcendence. Bailey B probably should have followed Dark in for that hard dive. It may have allowed him to get a frag, which lets them start to retake the point. I don't believe it should have been Bailey B's job to hold the point and make sure it didn't get capped while the Transcendence was in play, because Dark needed to be able to get aggro and the resources weren't being given to him.
So overall, I would also say it's just really risky because, like, Pierce, you know, they could have stalled out Pierce and allow that dive to work in a little bit more if they sort of spaced out their support ults early, but they really just kind of let them drop to the floor right away, and it kind of allowed Pierce to go crazy, and that was also another factor as well. No, again, Pierce just really is having a playground of a time over here, just able to get all these kills.
Right.
I don't know what to say about that, but it's just, I hate to sound like a broken record, but you need to contest Pierce more.
Well, here's the thing. The Flex Tapes have figured that out, and they've been experimenting with different ways to do that. The main one they've been having success on is putting Hollow on the Widowmaker to contest Pierce directly, but that's causing a little bit of trouble as the Honey Badgers adapt to that, and they are seeking both Marble and Pierce on Hollow at the same time, so Hollow has no chance. What the Flex Tapes need to do now is adapt in the same way, put some focus fire onto their sniper crossfire, and make sure that there actually isn't a way for Hollow to get deleted before he can find the value he needs to, which is preventing Pierce from taking shots.
Shot through the heart.
And you're to blame.
You
give love a bad name. This is not what the viewers are here for.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
We're gonna lose. We're gonna lose viewers. We're gonna lose viewers.
You're here for this. This unique double sniper composition running in right here. Both 2-2-2s. Marble on the Junkrat. It does add a little more pressure to Pierce, but Pierce does have that skill set where they allow them to do that, and Marble adds that extra added pressure. It's a high risk, high reward kind of situation. What can work out in the favor if you have somebody like Pierce? For Black Warrior going down, it's going to be great. Dark does find that kill, and Hollow's able to find Pierce as well, and Dark's able to just kind of push on through with the bubbles, and that's going to be just the point right then and there. They're kind of like just in the back. Honey Badgers are like, hey, how do we do this as two supports? Do we just go ahead and try to buy as much time as we can? Yeah, sure. I'll go down. You go down? Sure. Okay, bye.
Now, Dark may have actually gotten picked there, but he traded his life in a really good trade. If you watched closely, you could see Dark actually knocked Sal away from rezzing Black Warrior with one of his right clicks, and he moved forward to place that right click, and that's why he died. That's absolutely a good trade because it kept their man advantage as their snipers continued to frag.
That's right click. Anyway, so Wesley, it's going to be able to take out Havoc right there. That's going to be great. So, that's going to actually stagger out, and they're actually going to be able to hold it to the second choke with the side of Honey Badgers if they're going to go in any more aggressively. But the aggression is coming in from the side of Flex Tape as they're able to just sort of push on in and do that initiated charge up that they need Dark to do. And they actually almost take out Black Warrior along with it. The Discord Orb is making this really scary, especially with the lack of healing that they're having right now. And they will finally go down. Dark finally just going in and almost got that grab ready very, very quickly, and they may not even need it. They can use that this awkward elbow, which will make things a lot less awkward and be able to allow them to push in. But Pierce does find Havoc, but they bring in that res. It's safe enough for them to do that. That's one of the benefits. They gotta be careful. Oh, Pierce! Okay, you land on the ground, you die. That's fine. All right, and that's what's gonna happen. They're just gonna be able to make it all the way to that second push.
Right. Now, I think the problem the Honey Badgers are having right now is actually one with their tank lineup. There seems to be a disconnect between when Black Warrior wants to get aggressive, because we've seen he is a really aggressive tank player. He likes to go for those long pins and take really aggressive initiations. But there's a disconnect because Wesley is not giving him the bubbles exactly when he needs them, or Black Warrior is not aware of when the bubbles aren't available for him. And so that's led to a bit of a steamroll to this point from the Flex Tapes, and they have a massive ultimate advantage. A single Grab Dragons is all they need. They just need to get away from this Riptire safely.
Let's see how this goes. There is that pin and grab. Interesting call. Marble does find that Riptire on Hollow, so that's going to be good. That does allow Honey Badgers to hold this for a little bit longer. And they actually have a lot of ults in their ult bank as well, so good on them for the ult preservation to win that team fight right away. Taking out Hollow allows them to charge in and not worry about too many of the snipers, especially with Havoc. So much damage on them. And now there's the Dragon Strike coming in for the grab as well, but the Transcendence comes in, and Black Warrior is going to be the only one that goes down, and SD as well, but Marble takes that out as well. I love a good Junkrat SD kill. That's going to be great.
Unfortunately, Cool Pup got knocked into the death bombs from a right click from Wesley, so now both Zaryas have made a play like that. I don't know if that one was intentional, though. They are going to have to back up here on the side of Flex Tapes, but they have two very powerful ultimates coming into the next fight. So the only thing they have to worry about right now is Pierce, and I think if they try to bait Black Warrior into being aggressive, if they give him what he thinks is an opening, they could get him to make a move that they could punish him for.
Yeah, absolutely, and on top of that, look at that time bank. They got nothing to worry about. So we'll see
Absolutely,
how
they have plenty of time left. Even if they cap it a little less than 3 minutes, it's still completely going to be a fair fight.
Yeah, it is going to be, hopefully, maybe even potentially a Pharah fight. Alright, well, I'm done with the puns. Anyway, so we're going to see how this goes. Dragon Blade is not going to come anytime soon, but the flank is going to be allowed them. Oh my god, the Earth Shatter! Black Warrior, once again, coming back at it right quickly. And Havoc is going to be able to take a Marble. That does allow them a little bit of that opening to just sort of hop over on there and flank and get a double kill. On top of that, they could be running away with the competition with this right now, thanks to the power of Havoc Senpai able to push on through and flank, and there you go. They are just going to be able to push this on to the third point. There will be maybe a contest. Actually, nope. Never mind. They're not going to be able to contest them.
Some nice body blocking from Cool Pup at the very end there. It was a great last fight. They both managed to land a shatter at the exact same time, but some key abilities landed for the Flex Tapes that didn't quite land for the Honey Badgers, such as a pin and a nice little bubble to keep people going. And a Transcendence as well was the big one on the side of the Flex Tapes that meant that Earth Shatter simply didn't get as much done as the Honey Badger's Earth Shatter, or as the Flex Tapes Earth Shatter.
Absolutely, and on top of that, Flex Tape using that as sort of an opening as well for Havoc to sort of get in and flank was such a great factor as well, because while that was going on and everything, there was double jumping and dashing going around, and it just kind of got lost in the chaos of things where really Havoc was being ignored and Pierce couldn't do much once they got overwhelmed, and it was just a nice little domino effect we saw there.
Now, this could be really bad for the Flex Tapes. The Honey Badgers are embracing the triple tank double sniper meta right now. Looks like they are going to put Marble on the Hanzo. Yep. And so the reason this is strong, I've said this in the last game that I also co-casted, the reason this is strong in and against double sniper is because it allows you to rely more on getting rezzed than being healed. That's why you have the single healer Mercy, because what's the point in healing if everybody's getting instant killed? And also you have 3 tanks in the lineup that can contest high ground and won't get easily one-shot by the enemy snipers.
Yeah, they eat a lot of damage, especially with Hippomate. Also, the pull port combo, as my friend Vowels would say. Also, that Roadhog hook is going to be able to throw off a lot of momentum. There's just so much good stuff about the 3-2-1 meta right now. And it's going to be great. They're about to push in right now. Hopefully, they'll be able to get some kind of benefit here. They're going around the long way. It's interesting from Flex Tapes. They're trying to do something. They're kind of all over the place, really. I think they're waiting for Nice is waiting for Havoc to sort of fly on over, but they are kind of overwhelming them. This is an interesting call. Hollow does find Marble, but Pierce able to return, but Cool Pup able to find Hippomage, and they got main take down, but Pierce is able to find Havoc, so no flanking going on. If they can demech Wesley quickly enough, they might be able to win this team fight. And I literally have no idea what they tried to do, but they just kind of said, oh, right, the point's over there. Hi.
Well, let me tell you, that might have looked messy, but that was an incredible play from the Flex Tapes.
It was
They moved up around the left side and then applied point pressure with the tanks. That forces people to drop onto the point or give up point progress. Then they kept Hollow back on their side of the point while allowing Havoc and Bailey B to apply pressure behind them on the high ground. And that meant they had to be in a crossfire to prevent the flex tapes from capping the point. That was incredibly intelligent. And it looked a little bit messy while people were moving into positions, but the strategy was flawless.
Didn't LA Gladiators do something along the lines of this? It feels very much deja vu over here against the Spitfire. But either way, looking good right here. I'm feeling a bit of deja vu as this sort of powerful attack and flanking going on right now. There's the Earth Shower trade right now. They're going to use that to allow maybe Havoc to just sort of jump on over and flank. If they didn't get losing a lot of members, they do have to fall back, and now this second choke awkwardness is maybe about to unfold. Oh, that's a great hook as well.
Nice hook from Hippo Mage onto Naisu. Now, that was a lot of cleanup, unfortunately, for the flex tapes, but they are not out of it yet. They have Transcendence, they have Genji Blade, they're coming up on Grav and Valk, and on the side of the Honey Badgers, they only really have Valk, Whole Hog, and Widow Sights. The ult economy is most definitely in the favor of the flex tapes. Pushing into this next point, they should be able to take this fight.
Should be able to take this fight for sure. Hopefully. There's 60 seconds remaining on the board for flex tapes. This is a little scary for them, but not totally. I'm not going to totally count them out. They are a great team after all, and that Dragon Blade could be very overwhelming, especially with a great grab like that. There's Havoc right up from behind. Are they able to find any kills? Yes, they will. Oh my gosh, 2 tanks down, 1 more to go. Are they going to be able to find Wesley? No, Wesley managed to fall back just quickly enough, but they do win that.
Here's going for a flank here.
They are.
Let's see if we can get anybody and maybe turn the tides of the fight. Gets a nice shot on the Naisu, but nothing else seems to be coming of it. He does manage to take out Naisu. That could be huge. They don't even manage to punish him. Pierce is going to get out of there alive, and if they don't give Hollow a call out, he could die. And he gets stuck in the crossfire between Marble and Pierce. That's unfortunate.
It is very unfortunate, and now Pierce is going to go down very quickly, unless, apparently, I'm going to commentary curse it, and it's just going to be fine, and Marble's able to go crazy as well, and that's going to be the map right there, actually. They're going to just, like, go in there and, you know, trickle in and one by one, but this is pretty much said and done. The moment they can do this, because that rest wasn't going to come in, they dropped the grab. Oh my gosh, they just look at the payload, and then, like, Pierce is like, hello, and then die.
That was an incredible play from Pierce. What I would have done in his position is just say, no, it's okay. We're going to have to give them Streets phase. That's all right. Let's reposition, and then I'll stick out behind them. He took that fight when he knew his team was down 2 because he realized if he could kill the Mercy, that could tilt it back in their favor because while their tank lineup might have been destroyed, they still had their Mercy available. And so that ultimately that sustained healing and that damage boost does give you an advantage even in a man down situation. That was a great play from Pierce, and he's incredibly lucky he didn't die trying to go through with it.
Yeah, you should be thankful, Pierce. Hear that? But I think honestly overall we are, as much as we are not a fan of just sort of this stale double sniper, what have you, with other heroes going on right now, it is really, this match does really show you why it's so effective and just the crossfire that can come from it, like you said. And it's just overall, it's just a matter of the ults on top of that, and really the main tank as well, and seeing who can get the grab or who can get the Earthshatter the quickest, who can follow up with those kills the fastest.
Looks like, again, we have double sniper coming in from the side of the flex tapes. They've been having success with it. They want to try to see it through here. Meanwhile, we've got goats from the Honey Badgers. The flex tapes need to be ready to disengage at a moment's notice. It's really unlucky they didn't see it coming with a sonic arrow before. By now, they should know. They need to be backing up. They cannot take this fight. They need to give time for their snipers to hit shots.
They are rushing this in right now. They just want this to be done with. Honey Badgers want that win. They held on to the point long enough for them to do so, but Havoc couldn't take out Black Warrior, and that's actually not good. The aggression not really paying out in the long run. If they could maybe take out Cool Pup, it could be salvageable, but it doesn't seem to be the case. They are just getting overwhelmed here. Dark's able to demech Marble, and already this team fight looking very much in favor of the side of flex tapes as they're about to go in. They are a little far away from the spawn. Wesley does get that, and you managed to find Cool Pup. This might be a savable moment. Wesley dropping that rally just right away just to put the cap on it, and they actually do manage to find this point right away. And
now the flex tapes, Now, the Flex Tapes had a really strong start on that push where they did successfully kite and kill the Black Warrior on the side of the Honey Badgers. Unfortunately, they took too long to finish out the fight after that. Without the main brawling force, they could have afforded to get aggressive and allow their snipers to take shots during the brawl rather than giving up so much point progress. But unfortunately, they took long enough that Black Warrior returned, and with the bulk of their brawling power back, they lost the brawl that they were already in. Now they're going to have Havoc switch over to the Reaper, so he's going to be trying to apply pressure to the front line. I actually not a fan of Reapers being played against Goats because the armor makes him almost useless if the Brigitte is able to have anything to say about it. The Mei could be very interesting. If they can separate someone, that would be fantastic.
That's very true, but there's a great grab with the ice wall. Oh no, okay, yeah, they're dropping it right now, but there's a grab and response. Are you kidding me? Oh, is there gonna be anything to respond to it? Yeah, the Transcendence will definitely do that trick, and they actually Havoc taking out Sal, so at the very least, it's not prioritizing the tanks, but taking out the support right away, and that's another thing that Reaper can do. Once they find a good place to flank, they can take out some squishies very quickly in about 2 or 3 shots.
Now, it looks like now Marble is going to get staggered on the Baby Diva. That is unfortunate for him. And that shatter that came in from Cool Pop bought the 1 second that Bailey B needed to get her Transcendence up and save her team inside of Wesley's Graviton. That was incredible. I don't know if it was calculated, but it worked out just perfectly.
It did work out quite nicely, and now it is going to be great for the side of Flex Tapes to be able to hold on to this for a little bit longer, and there's not much time left in the time break, but they gotta be careful. The sound barrier could definitely do the trick if they want to push this in. Oh, the Diva Bomb! Oh no! It's gonna be able to find Bailey B. Is the only one, but there's the zoning coming in from the ice wall, but the sound barrier able to find at least some crucial players for the side of Honey Badgers to be able to push on through, but it doesn't last much more. The benefit, there's the Earth Shatter, they try to bait it out. There's the grab, though, they going to be able to follow up. Yeah, that's a Death Blossom right there. A Death Blossom to grab, that's going to be at least nice. They're able to demech. Havoc showing up, and I would dare say it, doing the best a Reaper could ever do against a Goat. I must say, Spark, that might have been some commentator curse.
Well, I mean, you might notice now the Honey Badgers actually swapped off the Brigitte for that last push. I believe if they had kept the Brigitte, that might have actually been a little bit different.
Yeah, sure.
Anyways, coming into this last fight, we have no ultimates. Oh, no, never mind, I was wrong. Bailey B and Cool Pup and Hollow all have theirs. Nice, who's actually very close to hers as well. This is definitely in the favor of the Flex Tapes. This is an uphill battle for the last push of the map. Unfortunately, they're going to land a nice pin on a Black Warrior, and they might be zoned off the cart because of the blizzard. They have to keep people up, but it's not happening.
They're trying their best. The Ice Wall going to come in. The Earth Shatter as well. Not going to be able to find too much. Havoc coming in. I cannot believe it. Did that Earth Shatter did that Ice Wall just block out the Earth Shatter?
I think it did, Bemmy.
Okay,
I think the Ice Wall just blocked Cool Pup's Earth Shatter. And unfortunately, it looks like that could actually be the tide turning.
Wesley is almost getting. There's a double kill from Marble. And Wesley almost has the grab coming in. Black Warrior does find the kill. Pierce getting the second. Oh my god. Wait. Hold on. Sal finding Dark. Is that? Please tell me something. Oh, Hollow. They dropped the. I can't believe they won.
Oh no, Hollow. Oh no. Hollow's wall blocked his Reinhardt's Earth Shatter. That is so unfortunate. As we said before, it happens. Things like this go wrong, but that is unlucky. I believe that Earth Shatter would have been the turning point they needed to win that fight through.
I don't really know what to say except Omega Rip, man. Like, that sucks.
That's very unlucky.
Wow, that stinks.
That is very, very unlucky.
That is unlucky. That's miscommunication.
And it's like it's just miscommunication. It's not like Hollow through the game. He was just playing his hero the best he could, and there was a communication issue between both him and Cool Pup. It was very unfortunate for them. Well, anyways, it looks like we are going to be taking a quick hiatus here. We have Flex Tapes up, or excuse me, Honey Badgers are up 2-1 right now in the score. It is a best of I believe it is first to 3 will take the map. So if Honey Badgers win the next map, they will win the game. I think we're going to Dorado next, but we're going to take a short 5 to 10 minute hiatus. Bemi and I can continue to entertain you while that's happening. But if any of you viewers need now to go get a snack or stop in the bathroom, this is definitely the time.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this right now. Somebody please clip that. That's not what you want to see. Okay. Well, I don't honestly know what to say about that, except for the fact is that happened, and
Hey,
they're at match point because of that. They're at match point. So
things go wrong. It's just very unlucky. I guess they know what they have to clean up for the next push, for the next map. They got to work on that communication. One sec. Ref asking questions again.
All right. Well, I'm going to grab a drink real quick.
Go for it, baby. Again, for any of you who have just tuned in, I can see some people just tuned into the stream. We are on a very short hiatus. Some players needed to step away from their computers for a moment, and we will be returning to the game in just a moment. Honey Badgers are up 2-1 right now, so the next game is match point for the Honey Badgers. We will be back in just a few moments. Until then, I am here to entertain you, and so is Winston eating his banana. He will look very surprised away from the camera in a very picturesque manner so that you guys can appreciate what he looks like in all his glory. The countdown says about 5 minutes till we get back into the action. How's everybody doing? I have an opportunity to look at the Twitch chat now. Well, I mean, there's a 2-minute delay, but, you know. So far, this has been an absolute joy to cast. The games are phenomenal. These teams are really going back and forth. I have some players saying in the match chat right now that they're having a great time. It's just exactly what you want. I'm so glad to see that these games are so well balanced. Sorry about that. I had to take a drink. But yeah, these games have been really, really great. And for any of you, again, who have just tuned in, it was a really unfortunate play there. Somebody walled off their own Reinhardt's Earth Shatter with a May wall, and it may be the deciding factor that lost them the map.
I beg of you.
Yeah? What was that?
I beg it. I beg of you, please.
You beg of who, please? What?
I beg that being the deciding factor of this game.
It's unfortunate. Things happen.
It is unfortunate.
But yeah, there's a lot of Pog champs in the chat right now from Lion Tamer, who I believe is Wesley, the Zarya player for Honey Badgers.
Man.
Oh my goodness. These games are so much fun to watch. There has not been a single game in Siege so far that I have not had an absolute joy watching. The ones that I've been refereeing, the ones that I've been casting, the ones I've been seeing on the stream, they've all been so much fun to watch.
They have. They honestly have. And it's been great to see that. Quite honestly, I'm scared. I'm very scared.
What are you scared of? What are you scared of?
I'm scared of the fact that is I'm scared for Flex. Not scared for Flex in the sense that they can't come back from this, but I'm scared for Flex from just the fact that like Honey Badgers was able to utilize upon that choke. Oh god.
Well, if anybody from Flex Tapes is listening, don't worry. It's not the end of the world.
You can do it.
You absolutely can come back and win this. We've seen you
it's
win
Dorado. It's NA aggression map. You can do it. Just use that NA aggression. Hey.
Now,
well, what do I know? I'm just a caster.
Now I've got a little voice in my ear, or more specifically, somebody has just messaged me. They want to know what are our thoughts on pineapple on pizza. And while we have discussed this in a previous co-cast, I see no reason not to reiterate it. Go ahead. What is your view on pineapple on pizza?
Well, I think we should ask production first, because production's important.
Production? Yeah,
Yes.
production. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Let the stream know. What are your thoughts? What are your
Yeah,
thoughts on
let your voice
pineapple
be
on
heard.
pizza?
Can you actually turn on your mic real quick?
Yeah, I'm on mic on stream.
Beautiful.
Okay,
Everybody
great.
meet Ben. This is the wonderful
Our-
producer who's been, or broadcaster rather, that's been behind the scenes on some of the matches. And
You may have also seen his credits in Overwatch Contenders for Broadcast GG.
Very
yeah.
talented guy.
Yeah.
Thanks. I mean, pineapple on pizza. I mean, some people like it, some people hate it, and that's all right. You're allowed to like it. You're allowed to hate it. Personally, I like it, but I can see why some other people wouldn't.
Right. Well, you're the spawn of Satan.
Okay.
And I'm to be totally honest, I'm playing that up for the stream, but I do genuinely myself not enjoy pineapple on pizza.
See, and that's okay. You are allowed to be wrong.
Oh.
Well, I've just been insulted by my camera person. It's okay. He'll be muted again in a few minutes when we get back to the game, and I will take the opportunity to insult him nonstop.
Yeah, okay, okay. Let me just tell you real quick.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying like, oh, while God can't talk, let me insult God.
You're totally right, actually. He has the power to do many things to the stream and to my voice.
He could we could be like commentating as chipmunks and it'd be ridiculous.
I think
I got a voice changer. I have a voice changer. Yeah.
You know what? Hey, it's Dorado. It's match point. This has gotten memey as it can get. Do we want to take it to the next step?
No.
Okay.
The answer is no.
You're no fun.
That said, I see no reason for the voice changers to not make a surprise appearance for a split second.
That's fair.
Unfortunately, my voice changer needs to be updated. So
like a crucial like a 3K diva bomb. And it's just like I go like, oh my god, something like that. Okay, but I don't know. Actually I want to take like a tally on the pineapple on pizza.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm checking it out real quick.
Oh, Milk, I see you in the chat asking if we can listen to the comms of the teams. So
no,
that won't be available on the official Siege stream. Some of the players may be streaming their points of view, which will have their team comms on the mandated bare minimum of a 2-minute delay, which we are streaming on. But that is all separate from Siege, not officially affiliated with us, and so you would have to seek those streams out on your own. I think some of them may be advertising their streams in the self plugs of Sparks Pugs. Self plugs of Sparks Pugs. Yes, that. I'm not sure, but I believe some of them were.
All right.
Yeah, the comms will not be available here. What?
I was just looking at the I just don't. Are people to see the chat of what's going on in stream?
I don't know. That's for production to answer.
Okay.
Okay. No, I don't believe so.
Okay, because Wesley said some very like flattering things to me, and I have the vapors now.
Now they see banana.
Time to /hide chat. Hide chat.
Yeah. All right. Hide.
Yeah, I see that.
Hide chat. Here we go.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Well.
All right. Looks like honey badgers are ready.
Okay.
Let me just tell the ref that we are ready to get back into the action here on Dorado. We will be getting back momentarily. Looks like all the teams are ready.
Oh my god. This kid.
No. Flex Tapes does need another moment. One of their players is currently away from the keyboard. They will be back in just a second.
They're just trying to hack to make sure that never happens again.
Yeah, they're
as a matter of fact, they're
actually
in a game.
Hollow.
They're actually they're actually in a game house right now, and Flex Tapes are all together at the moment in the same room, and they're still just. Oh, never mind. They're done beating up Hollow.
they pulled Hollow into a back alley, and they're currently beating the crap out of him. They just finished with that, though, so we are going to get into the action here on Dorado.
It's
Now,
a shame they don't have any subs because Hollow's going to be having a hard time.
Yeah, I don't know if his fingers are working properly anymore.
Yeah.
Anyways, that got dark. That got real dark.
That got real
Alright,
dark.
so-
It's got like a little shot color. No ice wall.
All right, well, here on Dorado, I expect we'll see some dive composition coming out, maybe even some triple tank dive with a Hammond Winston Diva. The dive has always been very predominant on Dorado. There's just so much high ground to play around, lots of corners you need some mobility for.
Yep. It's also nice to see that the Honey Badgers are running they're running the 3-2-1 combo. I think that's actually pretty effective. It's a kind of like better safe than sorry composition. It's very straightforward. It's kind of well versed as well. And on top of that, usually we see the Orisa and Roadhog on the defense side of Dorado because that first initial choke, you can really hook out of somebody at high ground. So if a sniper wanted to get really aggressive, you can just punish him for it really hard. And that's all I gotta say. It's like
now we got another pause here coming through. I don't know if it's for technical difficulties or not, but just gonna take a moment before we actually get started with the game. Looks like we have a disconnect on the side of the flex tapes. I believe it might be Naisu again. Yes, it is, and that's all right. Again, it happens. Much better now than during the game. Yeah, he'll get back. He'll have 17 seconds to get back to his team. So we're gonna have some triple tank double sniper coming out on the attacking side from the Honey Badgers. We're going to see probably Pierce will, or what they're going to want to do is they're going to want to set up a crossfire in the courtyard.
Yeah.
They'll want to send one of their snipers onto the high ground that you usually see the defending team holding at the very beginning. They'll want to send one sniper there, and then they'll want to send another sniper all the way around to flank on the left. And we have some players in chat joking about how they bought their internet at Walmart. That's always beautiful.
Hey, it's cheap, man.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Yeah,
Anyways, on the defense here, we're gonna have a Genji coming in from the side of Havoc, so we're gonna have a very interesting deathball team composition. Slap some flex tape on that internet cord. Yeah.
What did you say?
Slap some flex tape on that internet cord.
I heard something.
Because that's a lot of damage. You know what you need is flex tape.
I saw this motherboard in half, and it still works great now that it's used.
I saw this router in half, and but with the power of flex tape, I was able to completely patch up my internet connection.
I actually wonder if flex tape has electrical tape because I would use that for my GameCube.
Actually, you know what? For real? Yeah, that's a good question.
That actually would be really good because I work with a lot of FGCs. That would be so good. I would buy that hardcore. We should talk about more about the game, but honestly, you said a lot of stuff already about just the composition. I'm good either way. Yeah. All right. So if they use flex tape if they saw this payload in half and then use flex tape, would it run slower?
No, because you see, with the power of flex tape,
right,
things are as good as new.
Oh, good as
That's a
new?
direct quote from
I mean,
an infomercial.
it's like real talk. It's a pickup truck. It's not too good at the beginning of it.
So maybe you need a lot of flex tape, right? But it's good as new, I promise.
Okay, 100% back or my money guaranteed. There's also there's also flex spray. Do you know flex spray?
Flex spray? I have heard of flex spray.
Okay, flex spray is really good. That could also work as well. I would say though, if the attack side uses flex spray on the makeshift wheels, they could probably work on that right now and just like sort of weigh down the payload and then would stop it right there, and they kind of would have been able to just win that game overall. The time bank would have gone down, and they would have given up on contesting a long time ago because you couldn't move the payload because flex spray would have weighed it down. I like how
forgot to tell the referee that we are ready to keep going. Got a little invested in our conversation about flex tape. He's been waiting for us for a bit, so let's get back into this.
Man,
15 seconds before the start of the game.
We're just having fun.
Hey man, I'm here for the memes, for the lulz, and for some good Overwatch. I want it
good
all.
Overwatch indeed. Definitely been some good Overwatch, and we're about to see a little bit more, especially on this. Havoc needs. It's gonna have hard time unless Hollow's able to hop off here.
Oh, fantastic
Okay.
shot on a Hollow. They knew he was there. That is unlucky for Hollow.
It is. I'm sorry to commentator. I feel like that's actually my fault. I commentator cursed that so hard. We're gonna see the payload push on over here. Marble has the high ground, so that's gonna be good. And allows Pierce and Wesley to sort of go on. So now they kind of got this sort of flanking sort of momentum going on. As long as Havoc doesn't get too overwhelmed by this, they just need to get through the first innocent choke. Hollow does get a revenge onto Pierce, so that's going to be good. And they're kind of stopped dead in their tracks right now. Overall, this actually might be good with the Orisa on attack. Now that you got 2 tanks going on, able to just work that magic, it does allow Orisa to sort of drop that grab in the back and push them back.
Sal is very low, and Havoc is going to manage to land that killing blow on them.
Nice.
The sniper wars have been a little bit lackluster so far. Hollow came back and killed Pierce, but the attacking team hasn't really been able to set up any sort of advantageous positioning for their snipers ever since then.
Yeah, it's kind of been a little bit of an uphill battle here and there. I'll grant you that. But like, honestly, this has been pretty as good as it gets for attack side usually, especially with Hippo Mage able to get Naisu right now. If they act upon that, they could work very well. They're pushing in right now. They're going in as hard as they can. They're gonna get bubble charge. They shouldn't maybe have done that because Dark is very close to that grab, and I think maybe we're gonna see in their team fight win.
Now Marvel is down. They're going to go for this Graviton. They are comboing it with the Dragon Blade. That should give them the free team fight. The Dragon Blade actually didn't do too much. He got very zoned out by the whole hog, and it actually left Hollow to pick up most of those kills with some nice aim on stationary targets.
Yeah. So, that was right home about. People were sitting ducks and fish in a barrel, and they shot the gun, and there you go. The whole hog, unfortunately, didn't get much anyway in benefits, and they're about to go in right now. Havoc able to have, you know, a good, decent range to just get ready to flank. They're actually right behind them, I believe. No, never mind. They are no longer behind them. They were trying that for a little bit quick second. Do regroup back with the rest of the group, and that is an Earth Shatter! Oh my god!
Is going to take a very aggressive Earth Shatter. He's actually going to get punished for it, but the res is right there for him thanks to a well-placed bubble from Dark. This is some very interesting Reinhardt play that we're seeing. He just walked right past Black Warrior. He knew there was no threat of Black Warrior having a Shatter because Black Warrior just swapped to Reinhardt. He was on, I believe it was Orisa right before. Actually, no, I think it was Wesley on Orisa. Black Warrior must have been on Diva, because we know Hippo Mage was on the Roadhog.
Yes, you are correct. Overall, we have now a standard 2-2-2. No fun with the Roadhog. As much as I love Roadhog on attack, that could have been fun. Storm Arrow coming in. Cool Pup barely getting out with this by the scrape of their teeth. Scrape of skin, I don't know the phrase, but there's 60 seconds left on the clock, and that's a great grab right there. Oh my gosh, they've been spacing out these ults so well, and they managed to get out of the Dragon Strike out of the way. Not too much in the way of casualties. They can res that if they so desire. No, they don't. They res.
This is winnable, but Hollow needs to take out Pierce. If he loses this duel, the Flex Tapes will lose this fight because they'll have nothing to stop Pierce from taking free shots. That's a nice block from Cool Pup. The bubble to back it up to, just in case. Now Pierce is trying to get aggressive here. He's going to take some nice shots. Hollow's moving on the left. He misses his shot. There's a nice shatter onto the rest of the Honey Badgers. No follow-up for that Graviton Surge.
My god. That is so good. Pierce getting a double kill, though. That is going to be able to wrap up things right here as the first payload is just going to go ahead and push that Reinhardt body. But there's that Dragon Blade coming in. Do they find a kill? Oh! They get
Unfortunately, Havoc is going to get killed early on. Cool Pup gets nailed in a pin. If it weren't for that pin, that would absolutely be winnable. Pierce is also still taking free shots on the top. Dark is going to get staggered a little bit, but he had high energy for a really long time, so he is going to get his Graviton Surge very soon, and that could look to be the only ultimate in play when he does.
Honestly, should have had that Flex Spray, honestly, just to contest that. But
Flex
overall,
Spray, Flex Spray, keep Reinhardt's armor nice and in working condition.
Okay, but it definitely keeps Hollow on toe, and Pierce is going to be taped down by Flex Tape, just taken down right away. Sal is going to be able to res that, but Hippo Mage almost going down, going to be very, very dangerous. It's going to finally contest that, and there's going to be the sniper.
There's the Graviton in play. Cool Pup's just going to swing into it.
Yeah, absolutely. Doesn't find too much results actually from it, but they still get the kills off, and they're going to be able to hold this. Kind of always a frustrating situation. It's kind of like that situation where you get that 16-point in CS:GO right after overtime. It's kind of like that where you just sort of you finally get that hold, but it's right after getting that point.
Well, I don't play CSGO, so I don't really understand that analogy, but I'm sure plenty of the viewers in our Twitch stream do.
Big
So
moves.
we have Honey Badgers are moving back up here. They have lots of ultimates coming online. The Dragon could be used to separate someone. Bailey B's really low. They got to get that healing on him. They're going to go for a Shatter. It's only going to get Dark and Havoc, but both of them are going to fall.
That's a great pin. Black Warrior able to find that and good to go down right away, but that is going to be a great follow-up. But there's Cool Pup with their own. I'm going to go down to the Dragon Strike. Wow.
Unfortunately,
oh my
that Shatter from Cool Pup was a little bit too late to save Naisu. I have a feeling that was a communication issue. Naisu meant to warn they were rezzing, but he probably started rezzing right before he said anything, and so Cool Pup just couldn't help him quite in time. Dark is already up there, so they will definitely be able to recontest. They have to deal with the crossfire that's being set up, though, by the snipers. Pierce and Marble are both on different high grounds. They have a nice crossfire onto the point.
Doing the best they can. There's a great grab right there. That's going to be able to follow up quite a bit of it, but there's the Transcendence. They do take out Havoc, so now that that grab is gone, they're not really too worried about flanking. They can just go ahead and fight this off, but there is a lot of power from the Flex Tapes since they're close to that defense spawn. And
Hippo Mage is out of position over on the side as well. He's going to fall. This is actually winnable for the Flex Tapes. Hollow's up top. They're fragging out. It's just Pierce that's really a threat at this point. He does manage to get Hollow. If he can deal with Havoc, this actually could still go to the Honey Badgers, but it's not going to happen.
Wow. Good job. They did find some spare Flex Tape in the back of spawn, and they're doing really good right now to be able to fight that off. Wesley just going to keep trying to contest, but that Discord orb is going to make them quick work for Cool Pup. And there's a great Earth Shatter as well. Finding
an even better one from Black Warrior.
God.
That is huge. Game-winning Earth Shatter right there. They just need to kill Bailey and Dark, and this point is absolutely going to be theirs on the back of Black Warrior.
Poggers. My God. All right, well...
Black Warrior is going to need Flex Tape to fix his back after that one. We should need to stop with that joke. It's getting old.
No.
We're going to lose viewers.
Let it flourish. Let it be a Siege³ meme. Anyway, so looking pretty good here. All jokes aside, Hollow finding Pierce is going to be a good opening. I like the switch, however, that Pierce is going on the Tracer. I favor the mobility more, especially with oh my God.
Hippo Mage shoots Havoc right out of the sky, mid-dash onto him with the Dragon Blade. Nothing's going to come of it. That's very unlucky.
It is very unlucky.
Sal's even going to take the res.
That is going to be a kick to the teeth right now, and now they're just kind of falling back and trying to buy time, and Naisu not flying away. That's unfortunate. There's that Dragon Strike just to kind of get through that awkward elbow, which is great. So now pretty much it's nothing but a little bit of a less than literal uphill battle for them for the side of...
They did manage to kill Black Warrior, though. Dark got stuck, but that's a massive shatter. 3 people. Unfortunately, the pin lands on the one thing that it's not going to instant kill. This could still go either way. It's a 4v5, soon to be as... Oh, jeez. Now it's a 5v3 on cart, and the Transcendence is out for both sides.
Transcendence is coming out for both sides, but that grab is going to be very crucial. But oh my God, Hollow able to get Sal. That could be the winning blow that they need, or just not, is just go crazy. That is just 1 for 1 for 1. Going to be great. Going, the Wick is about to go down, but it does not matter because they are about to push this payload all the way through. There's no time to contest. Even with the Tracer Hollow blinking back, it's going to be right there.
This could absolutely still go either way for either team. The Flex Tapes, this is an absolutely winnable situation. They just have to finish with any time left on the clock, and they'll have a massive advantage, and they could take it to the tiebreaker on Ilios. So let's see how they're going to switch it up here.
If that's the case, then I am an Ilios for words.
I was going to start dissecting their team compositions, but now you've just made me want to get up and walk away from my computer.
Okay, well, here, we can dissect this by saying that was a great call from Pierce to go over on the Tracer for that favor of mobility, and it allowed them to also get those quick charges on the Pulse Bomb, because the Riptire and Pulse Bombs kind of go hand in hand, neck and neck for ult charging, and it's really, really good. I respect this a lot. It also can, if they still were going with the Sniper on the side of Hollow and such, they did switch on over to the Tracer as well, but it kind of allowed them to get that leg up and push on through. So overall, I really think that was very commendable of them. And now we're about to see how Flex Tapes do with aggression, because they are definitely a better, I would say, they are a better attack team than a defense team.
Well, what I've noticed is that they've found something that has been working fairly well, and it may just now be stopping working, which is if they put Havoc on Genji, that combined with Hollow's fantastic aim makes it much harder for Marble and Pierce09 to take shots. And you know, the Havoc has been doing a really nice job on Genji of protecting those flanks and making it hard for Marble or Pierce to really stand where they want to. We're going to see the double sniper triple tank again from the Honey Badgers, probably going to be a little bit aggro with their positioning because they want to try to set up a crossfire in a favorable position. And because of the Ryan Zarya on the side of the flex tapes, that could give the Honey Badgers the advantage they need to take it home on first point if the flex tapes are not really, really careful.
Yeah, they gotta be very careful about this, but we'll see how this goes. I do like that we're seeing the 3-2-1 coming in from Honey Badgers once again, and on defense side, it should work out a little bit more in their favor, just because that is initially what Roadhog and Orisa do best here, is to throw off that momentum and get good hooks. You just need to make sure that you're having a good Roadhog with good information gathered and has a keen eye for knowing what the picks should be. So you're hoping that Cool Pup drops the shield. They are dropping it frequently, and hopefully that hook will be getting in, but unfortunately not to be the case. But they aren't getting overwhelmed and flanked. They're hoping, oh, they are going to get that D-Mech. Hollow, nicely done. Not going to find the kill, though. They do find Pierce. That's going to be a good opening, and actually they're working this all over right now. Hollow does go down to Marble, but that's going to be the only kill they find.
Now, very early on in this fight, Wesley was trying to do his job on the side of Honey Badgers. He moved to contest Hollow just as Hollow went to start taking free shots. But unfortunately for him, Havoc was right there, ready to help Hollow at a moment's notice. The combination of the Storm Arrow and a single well-placed headshot from a Hollow meant Wesley had to back up. And unfortunately, he could not get somewhere safe in time. So he actually was punished for doing a proper peel.
Yeah, you gotta hate that. And like now there's this, also on top of this, now there's just sort of a dive switch. There's alt composition that's going to be still more in favor for flex tape. Like, yeah, you can see if that works well, and I like the idea that the hero switched onto this, but it will be a little more of an uphill battle. They do have the high ground advantage, but not much to utilize the high ground with except for Marble and Pierce and Hippo Mage. So you gotta be careful. It's just there's sort of an awkward situation, but there's the Dragon Strike. It is going to zone out. Are they going to be able to utilize that to take out the supports, I wonder? I think they will be able to. Bailey is almost going to go down thanks to Hippo Mage. They do finally do that with Black Warrior. Looking good. Are they going to be able to overwhelm the rest of the team? Is this finally going to be a hold for the side of Honey Badgers? It looks like so. Pierce able to find Hollow and Dark as well, and that's going to...
That was an incredibly intelligent play by the side of the Honey Badgers. They threw in a Grav Dragon, or not a Grav Dragon, they threw in the Hanzo Dragons right down the center of the aisle because they knew the supports would be alone on one side and the tank lineup on the other. That was the perfect opportunity for them to launch a dive onto Bailey B, and there was nothing she could do about it. The whole thing was just being done to her.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's the Grav Dragon Strike coming in. It isn't going to take out anybody. It does put a little bit of a scare.
Just got tanks.
Yeah, D-Mech though. Ooh, Diva Bomb. Nope, not gonna find anything. Good attempt from Wesley, understandable. But there it is, the Earth Shatter, and Wesley's gonna get D-Mech again unless there is no follow-up. They do just bother going ahead and pinning Hippo Mage. Is actually gonna be great, but they do get a little bit overwhelmed, and now they're kind of in this awkward situation by themselves. But Dark says, don't worry, fam, I got you. It's gonna be able to take out that D-Mech and get the kill as well. Nicely done, taking out the Diva altogether.
Naisu is going to go finish off Pierce right after Pierce got rezzed.
Naisu!
Who needs DPS when you have Naisu, am I right? That's twice now that he's done that, I believe.
Oh no,
Sal did it to them back on Volskaya as well. I think this is cleanup for this point right now. I do believe the Flex Tapes will be taking it unless Pierce makes a massive play on the Tracer, which, you know, he might. He's Pierce09. He's been popping off the whole game.
Yeah, but he's needing to spawn right now, so unfortunately that was not going to be the case. We'll see how this goes, though. Cool Pup able to find Hippo Mage is a good pick and just stall a little bit.
There is a slight ultimate advantage in the side of the Flex Tapes right now. They could push this all the way to the end, and if
they're hero switching a lot.
If the Flex Tapes finish this out with a significant number of minutes,
that
would be massive. That would be incredible for them. They are going to have Nice to go for the res. Cool Pup goes for the shatter, but it gets blocked by a bubble.
Ooh, cancel charge and the follow-up kill. Oh my gosh. That's going to be really crucial as well. Nicely done. Pierce does take out Hollow, and once again, this contest is working out quite nicely. The Grab Dragon Strike there is also that unfortunate kill coming in for Havoc, and that's going to work out very not. I don't understand. It's a very interesting call. I'm trying to understand the grab. There wasn't a lot of heroes there. They were all spaced out.
Yeah, it was. I mean, sometimes when you have the grab, your team is pressuring you. They know that the only way they're going to win a fight is if a grab gets found. And so they just pull the trigger because what else can they do? They have to take one thing if it's better than nothing.
I suppose so, but there was also that Transcendence out already, I believe. I don't remember.
The Transcendence did sort of get in the way of that. At this point, we have 2 DPS ults in play, about to be 3 with Hollow's Pulse Bomb. And Sal is also coming up very close to her Valkyrie. So Cool Pup's going to be getting a little bit aggro here. Hippo Mage is going to get picked. We don't know if there's a res in play. The Dragon's going to zone them out from it anyways.
I like the zoning as well, and that looks good, but the Jedi coming in and gets the double. Oh my god, Pierce is still keeping the Honey Badger dream alive. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock. They have to work overtime for this. They have to hold on to this with their dear life and hopefully not extend their ults as well, but they're doing really good. They're charging up quite quickly.
Looks as though the Flex Tapes are going to swap to a little bit more of a dive-based composition. Doesn't look like they're going to swap their tank lineup, which is incredibly interesting. They're going to stick with the Rein Zarya, but they're going to have Mercy, Zenyatta, Tracer, and Genji all on top of that. So they're going to have a bit of point presence, which I argue might be done better with Orisa Roadhog.
I would agree, but I understand that they want to make sure that they have some type of mobility, and honestly, Orisa's not going to have that mobility for you, but that mobility coming in from Holland, the Pulse Bomb into Marble, not realizing it was very fortunate for them. That might be the opening that they need, and the Earthshatter coming into play comes from Black Warrior, but it unfortunately goes down, but Pierce is able to follow up with the grab, and now we are back to square one again, just trying to follow up. Pierce working overtime, but Hollow does manage to finally find that. They will push this payload a little bit more, but they don't have the whole team with them, so the moment that the rest of Honey Badger gets back to spawn, this will be more in their favor now.
They were so close to keeping that all the way, and it looks like they are going to prevent them from getting they are going to prevent Flex Saves from getting any significant progress on the payload. But they ended up having to use both Earth Shatter and Graviton Surge to make sure that didn't happen. That's not a position you want to be left in, because you know sometime soon the attacking team Flex Saves is going to have their own grab to work with. Bailey B is going to get picked really early on. Cool Pup is going to whiff with his Shatter.
Interesting call on the Deadeye. Pierce not really in the best of position, but it does scare them back off, and it does allow a little more of a safer positioning advantage for the side of Honey Badger to do so. Kind of would like to see them hold on to that, but they do have, you know, the Earth Shatter, you know, a little bit ways there, and they have both support ults, so they can bide a little more time, but they got to be careful how they use them.
Now, at this point, they have to be really, really careful, because they have to combine both the Dragon Blade and the Pulse Bomb in some manner if they want to kill the enemy team through the Transcendence. Looks like Cool Pup is going to use his bubble so he can contest this high ground. He doesn't want Marble taking free shots the whole time. They need to take an aggressive grab, but without the Pulse Bomb, the Transcendence is going to keep anybody from dying.
And there's the Valkyrie right there, so when the Transcendence goes down, there's going to be the grab. The Dragon Strike is going to be able to scare him away. There's the Earth Shatter, not going to find anything, but that's going to be fine. They do get the res on the Hippo Mage, and they do manage to find the kill off of Dark. This is actually looking good. Senpai does take out Wesley, though. That's going to be good. Havoc doing a great job on that Genji, but Pierce stops them dead in their tracks, and they're almost at the Deadeye as well. They might just drop it then and there to see if they can find the kill. Yeah, they are going to drop it. Are they going to find kill? Oh my god, they got a double! Oh, they're going to be able to stop this dead in their tracks. Are they going to be able to follow up on this, though? There's Bailey B, and also the Primal Race coming in from Cool Pup as well. That's going to be able to take out Sal. That's going to be good, but they are able to take them down very, very quickly, though, and the Wick is about to go down. We're about to see a 3-1 victory for the side of Honey Badgers.
That is correct. That map will end out the series today. A 3-1 victory for the Honey Badgers. The Flex Tapes came so close. They only needed to not whiff that one shatter on King's Row. It's incredibly unfortunate, but things happen, and it affected the outcome of the game. They'll have to work on their communication for some of their future matches, but overall, the play from both teams tonight was absolutely incredible.
Absolutely. I mean, great stuff to both teams. Really good ult usage. And honestly, highlight for me was still that grab back at the first game where it kind of won Honey Badgers that sort of momentum that they needed at Lijiang Tower. So
all of the maps were just full of absolutely extraordinary plays from players all over both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. That, like that ice wall. So with that being said, I don't know. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Overall, I would say there was sometimes miscommunication, but that happens to the best of us. And overall, I think it was really nicely done, and they are very even skilled players, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I think that's roughly all we have to say. So thank you
I think that's right.
Yeah, so thank you to Siege³ for letting me cast. Thank you to Spark for co-casting with me and running
course.
Siege³ as well. Thank you to Ben Vigalo for being able to produce this as usual. You are an awesome guy, and I'm glad to call you a friend from my broadcast GG fam. And thank you to Honey Badger's Flex Day putting on a great show. Thank you to the viewers for being able to allow us to be entertaining an audience. And thank you to everybody else that makes Overwatch such a great game. We will see you guys in the next match.
Bye-bye, guys. Enjoy your siege. Enjoy your siege.